My throat is gunked up. What is going on here? Damn. Snort, snort, snort. Code. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, snort, snort. Code. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip go. Damn. I got the drip go. I got the tips go. Clear your throat. Blow your nose. Damn. Clear your throat. Please tip me. Damn. Post-nasal drip is a constant. It keeps going. It's like a faucet that's dripping. Damn. Snort, snort, snort. Code. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip go. Snort, snort, snort. Code. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip go. 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 Can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear. Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids. And a couple of my coworkers started calling me Sway. I said, why are you calling me that? Because when you stand, you can't stand still. You're always like kind of moving back and forth a little bit. You never just like stand still and relax. Like, you're right. Every night, every day. Sway. Right. Correct. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Bad pain in my back. Herniation of the disc. A stool for my shower. I'm just a boomer. I'm dazed. I'm confused. Huh? I don't want to be Mr. Views. Every night, every day. Sway. Right. Chill day. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Controls of the strap. In my back. Sway. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Every night, every day. Sway. Right. Chill day. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth. Sway. Back and forth. Back and forth.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
You don't just get to say and do whatever the fuck you want on this planet without consequences. You know, consequences have actions, panda. So, it's this simple. Stop being a bitch. Let's do it. Oh.
Pussy face goatee. You can't speak to me. Transplant hairline trim. You can't speak to me. My services cost.
My bands.
Band.
My bands.
Symmetrical jawline, crispy hairline. Chisel, crispy complexion. It's the gym daily. Body to kill for. Peanut butter skin.
Focus on your sexy, bro. Your shit's looking real poverty, bro. Oh, man, bro.
You looking real pale and shit on stream, like. Pussy face goatee. You can't speak to me. Transplant hairline trim. You can't speak to me. My services cost.
My bands.
Band.
My bands. My bands, bro. You fucked up because you took the first step towards a public view. Crispy hairline, crispy jawline. You're not crispy, dumbass. You're crisp. My streams are clean. They don't have a bunch of butter on the screen. Look at my face. It's fat. It's oils. It's grease.
Pussy face goatee. You can't speak to me. Transplant hairline trim. You can't speak to me. My services cost.
My bands.
Band.
My bands. And block me. My bands.
Band.
My bands. My bands, bro. Mark my fucking words.
I'm coming for you. I'm gonna find out who the fuck you are. You motherfucker. You are fucked.
Clip this one, bitches. Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you. You are fucked. And you are done. I'm coming for you. Coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Sound good?
Coming for you.
Fair enough?
Coming for you.
All right.
You need Jesus. Please talk about boys.
So,
I'm looking. Please talk about punk ass bitches. I'm looking. We come from the bottom, and he cleans us off, and he raises us up. Raises us up. A man can lay with a man,
damn.
but it's reached a point of, I believe, sexual attraction for Philip.
Enough with the being completely unfair to me and trying to make it out like I'm a villain. Go fuck yourselves. Literally, lick the shit in my asshole. I don't care about any of you. You're all insignificant humans. None of you will ever do anything with your lives. Get fucked.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
Bloodshed and bullets.
You are fucked. And you are done. I'm coming for you.
On diarrhea day, dog.
Mark my fucking words. I'm coming for you.
Doodles let the trickle.
You are fucked. And you are done. I'm coming for you. Coming for you. Coming for you.
Sound good?
Coming for you.
Damn.
Coming for you.
Damn.
Burn on the oven. Coming for you.
Damn.
Coming for you.
Damn.
Coming for you.
Damn.
Do a begathon where tip me and do this and do that. We're not doing that. It's business as usual here on DSB Gaming. We play games, we have fun. If you guys like it, you support it. The week is going slow. Tough through it. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now. But I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow. It gets to me. My life is ruined. This is how I'm doing. And losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my shit now. A full podcast booked, full gameplay streams booked. Everything's booked. Everything's booked. Can't do anything crazy. And I don't even have enough to buy groceries. It sucks. The week is going slow. Tough through it. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. Tips very low now. But I've noticed tips very low right now. The week is going slow. It gets to me. My life is ruined. This is how I'm doing. And losers out there who thinks that they know shit, kiss my fucking ass and eat my shit now. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing. So how are you doing? This is how I'm doing.
Legends are gone, I don't know why.
Yeah. Let's see. Mary Bummis, tis the season, a lot of emotes. Corey's been deleting Triton's messages for some reason.
Many few going on.
We're not gonna play a 3.5 minute song. Maybe when we leave, we could play it. There's no commands for Jackpot. I've never set up those commands on this hard drive. I'll do it sometime this week. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, you bastards. Here's to more lost brain cells due to Phil.
Go time.
Merry Christmas, bums. Happy holidays, bums.
That's a new one.
How much do you want to bet that someone starts drinking because Phil is giving them a headache? Oh, absolutely. Phil,
2 hours. We're getting there.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, whittling it down. We're not gonna play the 3 minute song right now. Very positive DSP Christmas. Yep. What's up, Blaze? Hope, C, Triton, Carlo. Not shouting you out. Neo, Turt, JCJ, Isaiah, Worf, Gabo, Ruiner, Priscilla, Varia. Thanks for re-upping being a bum, Hawakas. Krista Chill. Yep. As always, Phil stuff is for us. You guys are simply along for the ride of Phil. I say this. I am both happy and sad of what we have introduced you guys to, because it is great that more people know about Phil and how filthy he is, but people were better off before they knew of the existence of a DarksydePhil.
Really looking forward to getting a good chunk of this out, because we can move on to just random Phil streams, specifically,
and that's gonna be a lot of fun
because there's just so much that we could talk about that's been going on over the year that we've been chipping away at this, that we can get to once we're finished with this, and hopefully there will be nothing else like this. I doubt there will never be anything.
No, he's already said he's completely done with interviews. They are a dead zone for him now.
That's why I said like this. It doesn't necessarily have to be an interview, but it could be a long form thing where he just.
Did you hear that?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just make sure. Yeah, everybody knows of Phil, but so few people know Phil. And you've got to know Phil to know Phil. Wasn't there a group of people that tried reacting to and trolling Phil for years only to expose as horrible people? Yes, that is the Sons of Kojima. Most of them are not horrible people, but there were like 3 or so very horrible people, particularly the quote-unquote leader of it.
Yeah, look up Ex Mortis. He's got a documentary about all the beginnings, middles, and end of the Sons of Kojima if you want to go through it. Some bad stuff there. That's why it's just like, hey, just point and laugh at Phil. Yes. Don't get too deep into this crap.
Yeah, they're I think they call them A-logs or orbiters or something. Where they are starting to become lolcows themselves based off the lolcow they are showcasing, and Sons of Kojima's firmly fell into that. Again, particularly just like 3 or so members. Audio trash, that shouldn't be. Maybe I turned it up too loud.
The one time I don't put on my headphones to check. Let me go get them.
Let's turn that off. I doubt Turkey Tom cares enough to peep at Phil. No, Turkey Tom said he wanted an interview with Phil, and
it was Phil.
No, Turkey, we don't got no soundproofing. We've got a Blue Yeti microphone that's like 4 years old, beat up from the move.
Yeah, we said this before. We don't care.
We do
so
not.
So long as it sounds pretty good. But might have to invest in a little something for a little something.
There you go. All right. Yep, let's just get into it then. What?
Sounds a little tinny.
A little tinny? I literally just turned off all the post effects, so that might be part of why it sounds tinny. Let's see. I had that there. I had that there. I had that there. That turned up a little bit more. That turned up a little bit more.
Merry Christmas and all that. Don't feel like you need to stay. This is Phil stuff. If you got something to do, get out of here.
As always.
Because don't know how long we're going to be here for, but we're going to be here for however long we're going to be here for, and then we're going to leave.
Right. Again, let's get into it.
Have you thought about going to therapy or anything along those lines to help you get through this? Because this is obviously not an easy life that you've chosen for yourself. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, and I would imagine that going to talk to somebody, therapy is not a bad word. It's a very good thing for a lot of people, where you can just go and get these things off your chest and talk about these things. Have you considered that ever?
At one point, for sure. I would say probably around, like I told you, 2016 was one of the worst years of my life. I hated my job. My personal life was falling apart. But
Your mouse clicks are very loud.
I can turn on my noise gate.
Just saying, might be something for some people, but you do you if you want.
Yeah, whatever. Feliz Navidad, Feliz Navidad, and Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas. That's the money, you glorious bro. Thank you for the super chat, soul. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard Chris loud and clear coming out of his room.
That's what the effects are gonna do. Because we're not. So I've thought about investing in a 2 USB microphone setup, so we both have our own type of thing. But as it is now, I just have to kind of turn us up because we move back and forth and all around. There's not. What do you want me to do?
I'm just saying. All right.
Not anti-therapy or anything like that, but no, I've just never gotten to that point where I've considered doing or serious.
Divine Instinct Goku, Ultra Essence Goku, True Divine Essence Goku.
I'm just throwing this out there. Is it because you think that it's not you, it's everyone else?
No.
That's the feeling I get.
I'm a flawed human, man.
I know you.
It's very easy to just say I'm a flawed human, and that's where you just leave it off. What are your flaws, and what are you doing to improve that?
Just saying I'm a flawed human makes it sound like you're taking culpability for your actions, for your mistake, for your beliefs, but that's not necessarily the case. It's more of a blanket term to kind of get people off of your back. I'm flawed. I understand this. Okay, do you truly understand it, or do you understand it in the way that quote unquote everybody is a flawed human?
You've admitted your flaws from the past. Like you say, like, yes, back in 2015 I said that fucked up shit, and I took that, this is how not to play, way wrong, and I admit that now. But it's like, it's really easy to do that, right? To convince someone that you've changed. Not saying that that's what you're doing, but it could be, all right? So it's like, it feels kind of like you can do no wrong, almost. And that's the vibe I'm getting. And
I could do no wrong.
No. Like, not in your past, but it does feel like you kind of have, like, I've changed, so people should understand that. And, like, I don't know.
How in just 3 hours and a couple of clips does he get him down that well?
Because Phil is not a complicated person. He wears who he is on his sleeve. He just does not believe in the shirt he's wearing.
But it's also the fact that this is a put on.
Oh yeah.
This is just a mask that he's wearing. He's not even getting any of the on stream, just a random pre-stream feel. He's getting whatever Phil is presenting to him. And he's already sussed out, just like you said the trolls like 50 times. You taking no accountability. What's up?
A vibe I'm getting that because there's been so many times where we've asked a question and your response was instantly blaming other people, and that was a consistent answer throughout the entire 3 hours and 10 minutes that we've been live. So
not
dishing responsibility elsewhere.
I think that's, like, if I can echo what Adam is saying, right? Like, Phil, we want nothing but good things for you, right?
No.
We don't want negative things to come from this. The whole idea of this was, to allow you an opportunity to kind of talk through things. And Adam is correct. Pretty much, what about this? Well, my detractors, or the people who are after me, at what point, you have taken accountability for some things, right? For this is how I was in the Street Fighter community. This is how I was then. But I feel like there are other things that have yet to be you have yet to attune for or atone for, whatever the word is, that are just. I just go back to it, man. It just seems like there's just this mountain of evidence.
I don't think that they're purposely trying to antagonize them. Phil has been lying to them for 3 hours and obfuscating responsibilities and all the things that he's done. So this dude is just like, well, it seems like no matter what's going on, you're always going to have somebody else to blame.
He's not attacking Phil, he's taking him to task, which is a totally different thing. Journalists do it all the time, interviewers do it all the time. It's a oh yeah, no. We're 3:11 into this. Yeah. This isn't some 20 minutes in and yo, you look like
they were in there with them. Go back to the beginning. The first question is, who are you? And he couldn't answer.
that are just. I just go back to it, man. It just seems like there's just this mountain of evidence, and we're talking fucking JFK level conspiracy theory here. If all this stuff lines up the way it does, and if you were just to say like, yeah, I play WWE Legends, yeah, I'm addicted, yes, I have a problem with spending money on it, yes, I need to improve. I think people would be like, yeah, cool, let us help you, instead of stop lying. And that's
why
that's
are you nodding if you have if this is not you, if you're just going, well, that's not me. If you just admitted that murder and just went, yeah, I'll just accept my blame and go to jail, everything will be good, and you're just nodding and then just go, well, I didn't kill anybody. What the f are you nodding for?
Man, it just like only you know the truth in your heart, right? And the evidence attached to it, right? Which there is a mountain of, right? It's
Craig, you sound like a detective right now trying to get a confession. I'm just saying.
No. And it's not trying to. I'm not trying to. I'm more trying to sound like fucking Dr. Phil.
I know, but there's a fine line between the two. And
what was that laugh for, Phil? You are not in this.
I'm not trying to like make it weird and
and I apologize for that.
You've already been there a couple times. So
I know, but I'm just having a really hard time getting through it, and I apologize if that's what it sounds like. That's not what I'm trying for.
You might not be able to get through it, Craig.
You're right. I may not, and for that I understand why.
But at this point, they've tried everything. They went. The evidence is here. No response. They went. Hey, tell your side of the story. No response.
They went. Hey, will you send us the screenshot?
No response. So he's out of things to do. You can only go so far with journalists. Like, okay, the obvious thing didn't work of just like, hey, tell the truth. That was just, you gotta try to break them down and just like, all right, dude, you see what this looks like, right? And we're just allowing this. This is what you wanted, and you're not coming out of this well.
Hungers, what they're talking about right now is Phil every day cries poor on his stream begging for money, but he spends thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands allegedly on mobile games, and they're just trying to suss out, hey, you've got all this evidence that you are the person in this game spending tens of thousands of dollars every year on mobile games. How do you respond to that? Because we're just getting all this evidence, and Phil's just like, yeah, there's evidence, but I don't know. As far as doing something illegal, there's potential that he did tax fraud.
Critical, it just too much lines up.
With the situation I'm in, it's a lose-lose. There is no win. There is no win.
Send the screenshot.
Yes, the win is you prove yourself innocent. You shut down all these people who have all of this fake evidence for the WWE stuff, and then everybody just looking like a fool.
There is no win if you are the guilty party. If you've done these things, there's no way to get out of it.
There just isn't. No matter what I do, there's a risk, there's a liability, and just like you said, even if I send you the screenshot, they won't care.
But you do nothing instead. You say everything that I do is a risk. So you do the thing with the highest reward with the lowest risk possible. And then you come out on top. Instead, you're just leaving things as they are. Things are bad. You could make them better by also doing something. We're incurring something else that could potentially be bad. Mm-hmm. But you just choose to do absolutely nothing. And then just go, that's my solution.
Honestly, it depends, right?
Yeah, I don't agree with you. I don't agree at all. There's people out there that would be like, damn.
Where's your nodding?
myself included, because I don't think you're going to send that screenshot, but I truly believe it would be for the better. I think that, I mean, I don't know how many people
Hey, Joe, get out of here.
know who Craig is, or can even trust Craig, or think that they'll probably just be like, oh, he photoshopped it. He edited out his thing,
1,000,000%.
Okay, yes, there will be those types of people that would, they're going to analyze it, the Photoshop, blah, blah, blah. But there's going to be some people that just go, okay, he sent it, it's not him. Craig says it's not him. What do you want to do? And it's only a, well, yeah, if nobody else is able to see it, there are going to be allegations of Photoshop and stuff.
That's it.
Whatever.
That's the explanation.
So FaceTime with him. FaceTime him, pull it up, and Craig will be like, we FaceTime.
Easy.
And he opened I saw him open the app. I mean, there's ways around it that Craig would be like, I saw him do it live, right? I mean,
Okay.
there's ways around that.
I will. Can I tell you a quick story?
Yo,
You see, there's no answer to that. He can't be like, dang, that is a good idea. But, no, I can't even. There's nothing to say there. So he says nothing. He just goes,
As to why I am so not convinced that anything I do will help at all. Can I please just tell you a story? Will you bear with me for a couple minutes?
It's your show, Phil, man. Yeah, absolutely. Go
It's
crazy.
not my show. It's your
Our
show.
show,
Come
our
on.
show, Craig.
Well,
Not
listen,
enough.
we're providing
It
a
always,
platform
and that's the Phil thing. It will lead to another story that's so long, and then you have questions about the story that you done forgot about the original question. It's always gonna be like that, because that's Phil.
That's always going to be Phil. That's always what he's been.
And listen, you have thousands of people ready to listen to you right now. So
But by the way, you guys have been great. You've been great interviewers. You've been completely fair
Pause.
with me. You've
And
given
you
me-
see that? That's that. Get on my side. You guys have been great. We've been cool, right? We've been chilling.
All right, now let me go into my story.
Now let me go into my story. And then I've complimented you. So are you going to feel like a piece of if you say that I'm a liar after I've complimented you? It's this manipulation out this world.
Thank you.
Literally, some people won't believe me, so there's no point in proving my innocence. That don't make no kind of sense.
Yeah, imagine you did murder somebody, or you didn't murder somebody, but you're the fake suspect. It's just like, well, why try to prove my innocence? Some people are never gonna believe. What?
The fairest shake I've ever gotten on the internet right now. Seriously, you should be commended for being as neutral. I know you're saying he's trying to get a confession out of me. I don't feel that way. I don't feel pressured.
No,
This
he's
is
trying to
great.
help you. That's really
I
what
know.
I'm saying. But he sounded like it. So.
All right. And the thing is, he's not going to
And
get
it was a
confession.
joke, Phil, but you're saying it's serious.
And you see, the question on the table is, why don't you FaceTime him? And then he goes, let me tell you a story. But first, you guys have been so cool to me. And we're done with the FaceTime thing.
I'm telling you, it's true. What I'm telling you is
I know,
true.
but
I'm not gonna confess that.
it's clearly Craig trying to help.
Okay. So here's the story, okay? When I was first talking with my now wife, okay, I was so
And she
scared
agrees
that
with
people
me.
were going to harass her or do things. We didn't live near each other. We had online communication. After talking for several months, we started dating. Okay, she flew out here on her own dime, by the way. It's another conspiracy that I paid for that way. No, it's not true.
Pause.
Started dating.
No proof on that. No evidence. You just stated it, and that's your proof. There's no. Yeah, she flew out on her own dime. Phil, you're making a lot of money. We don't have any evidence on this girl. It would be a polite thing to pay for it, or at least part of it. I would offer if such a situation would come about. So all you have is nah, it didn't happen.
That I made it the
Hundo.
Forget about all the FaceTime part. That was being perfect. Doesn't even have to be a screenshot. Yeah. It's such an easy way to do it. To where, and it's easy for Phil to see if Craig tried to do some bush, and it's an instantaneous thing that, oh, you're not watching your email, blah, 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 blah. They could have FaceTimed on camera right in now. Like, share my screen, blah, blah, blah.
And you see, this long story of back with my wife. She flew out here on her own dime, by the way, when we were first starting talking and dating. It's just like information we did not need.
Never. But it's to garner sympathy for what he's doing.
And after a few months, she visited for Christmas. Okay, this was Christmas of 2017. I took some pictures while she was here, but I didn't take a picture of her face. I just took a picture of her back, decorating my Christmas tree.
Pause.
So here's,
Weird stuff, Phil. You're willing to showcase, yes, this person is here and they exist, but I'm not going to show you her face.
You know why he was willing to showcase that?
Yeah.
You remember the face?
Look, no, I was going in a different direction.
No, not Cat's face. I'm talking about when Phil got that kiss and was all smug about it. It's the smugness that he cares about.
Yeah, it's just like, look, I got a girl in my house on Thanksgiving. I mean Christmas. What's up, virgins? So that's all that was. And it's just the weird stuff of, I'm going to showcase her enough to be like, she is here and she exists, but I'm not going to show her. It's like this weird, creepy thing.
Hey, BG and DA, how do you like your steak? BG and DA, let us tell you about the time we had a bad batch of chicken wing from our local takeout. That's what Phil is doing. Yeah, this is going to take a while.
Here's someone nice who's in my life now.
Yet he wouldn't dare show her now? Come on now.
We know.
We know what we're doing here. We know what that's about.
I previously been in a
Yeah, this is going to take a while.
relationship that was very public, and sadly it turned out toxic. We broke up in 2016, or excuse me, early 2017. So this is like something new.
Why do we need this information?
What does this have to do with any part of the story? Phil has a track he's been on since the very beginning. And it's always just going to be that track because, again, no matter what, he only talks to a camera and the audience that is already engaged with me.
Zero pushback. Nothing.
Guy with two names is going to be very hard to do that. We're going to do our best, though. That's the when we get a new bum alert. I mean, a new bum, a new member. Just waiting on them all. There we go. That should be the last one.
Everyone, but I was apprehensive about showing her face or anything. So all I showed was her back.
Oh, I guess there was one more.
I talked about what we did when she visited. We made some brownies together. We did this, we did that. Very, very basic stuff.
Why do people need to know this information, Phil?
I'm not making this up. It's documented. You can look this up on YouTube.
That seems like more than 10.
It truly does.
Yeah, no, there's some weird stuff going on now. No, wait a second. It's like 15.
You know what? Maybe there was like a backlog of them. Yeah, let me take this off.
What's going on?
I'm going to reset the page. Yeah, dude, no, this is crazy. I know, I guess it stopped. The only thing I can think of is when people re-up, it doesn't do it. And that was just a bunch of the re-ups and like backlog.
And I wonder if you guys have come across this. There were people, my haters, made up an entire fabricated story about that was not someone I was dating. That was an escort that I was
dating. Phil, you don't know what the story was. You think that it was the trolls that made up that story. It's the trolls that went with the story. It was originally that weirdo couple.
Yes, that the trolls exposed.
And it made sense at the time because that account had been following Phil for some years and years. There was like, they would listen to what was going on the pre-stream and just like, Phil talked about how his girl loves Evangelion or whatever. And
Metal Gear Solid.
They would be like, yeah, I love it. And that would make sense. So the people were just like, hey, what's going on? He did have a girl over. And it annoyed you, so people went with it.
And that's the main thing. It annoyed the piss out of them.
The money that I was bringing in on streams, I was paying for a European escort and flying this escort across the globe.
Hey, here's the thing, Phil. I would assume, because it's been a long time since I've seen this in an interview, I would assume the thing he's going with is these people will believe anything, and
even
no matter
in the
what,
face of evidence.
But nobody believes that anymore.
Yeah.
After the evidence came out. So this is actually going against what you believe. I guess I did have the jackpot set up.
Spend Christmas with me. All right?
Right.
Well, they had evidence.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
Legitimately! Oh, I'm getting to it. Yeah, this is like a 3-minute story, pimp.
Get to the story.
Well, let's continue, okay?
Let's continue. That was a wrap it up.
Yes. You get pulled off the stage of the Oscars, and you're like, but what about my mama?
I still got people to thank. Nah, let's wrap it up.
Evidence of it. Documented evidence. Oh, look at this. There's a whole social media account of it, of the escort. Here's the logs of plane tickets. Here's the recipe for the brownies. It's well documented. Everyone said I was guilty. I maintained my innocence for about 3-4 months as she continued to visit me, and we had a relationship blossomed and all of that. Eventually, she moves in with me, okay? What ends up happening is, guess what? The whole thing was fake. It was all my haters. They had made the whole situation up.
Well, now hold on, because
Uh-oh.
you're talking about the narrative. The narrative is that your detractors actually cleared you of it.
And that's that thing. I think that he was hoping that they didn't know the full story about that, so he can just say the trolls made it up, and then the trolls they
fabricated all this evidence,
and then it was proven wrong, and then they just moved on. When it was like, no, they proved it wrong.
They exposed what was essentially a scam going on for like years.
Doesn't add up, right? They're looking for evidence of this thing adding up, and they're
After the fact.
and they're the ones.
No, it was during them. How do you after the fact?
Oh, it was
prove something.
It was proven wrong, and then after the fact, they looked into it.
What?
Phil, how did that make any sense?
Look at face palm. Just like, what do you mean? Who proved it wrong, Phil? Was it your fans? Or did the people who were extorting you essentially just go, nah, it was all fake? And then they looked into it like, yes, it was all fake. It don't make sense like that.
Who apparently put the evidence out that said,
Yeah,
like,
Kimmy
hey,
Farms is nuts, but properly targeted, they figure some stuff out.
This is not the case.
That's fair. What happened was for 3-4 months, they're making my life a living hell, just like with this WWE champion.
How was your life made a living hell because a escort role played as your girlfriend?
By people coming into your chat to troll you, as they do every single day with all sorts of different things. How is this any different?
Do you think you didn't get a troll yesterday and tomorrow, whatever you streamed? Within a 3-day period, do you think that 5 out of 6 of your streams did not have a troll in it?
Phil is guilty. You look at all this evidence. It's all there. It's outright. And then, basically, when she moved in with me, well, now what are they going to do? Now the narrative has to change. Okay? So now they figure it out. It's fake. You're right.
No, they started looking into it before she even moved in!
Phil did a Merry Christmas post, and people are underneath it going, the least genuine Xmas post ever, coming from one of the most toxified dudes on the internet. This means very little. This is the strangest Christmas post I've ever seen, hitting the whiskey at 1 a.m. It is not... What did they do to make your life miserable?
Research, they found out it's these 2 people in Europe who apparently they do this all the time with other streamers. There was even a possibility they were going to try to extort me for money, try to get them to shut up about it or something. Okay, so to give you some perspective, did anything change positively when that was disproved?
They stopped saying that you had an escort for a girlfriend.
So what are we supposed to do? Phil was right in this one aspect, something that he did not have anything to do with. It was outside forces lying on him,
and outside forces proven that they were lying on him.
So what are we supposed to do? Oh dang, I guess Phil is right about everything. I guess we just don't talk about him because this one thing was disproven?
No, nothing. They were on to the next
How
thing
far do we
already.
expect to get today? Hopefully 4 hours. The Keem stuff is going to make it a little bit easier because they're saying everything that we could say. It's going to be a lot.
He's just getting
smoother.
It already created 2-3 more narratives. that they went on.
Yeah, when it just came after he leaves, I mean, not after Keem leaves, but when Phil's internet cuts out, we could just kind of go forward on that part.
This is something concrete, almost exact.
Kiwi farms are either godlike detectives or completely insane lunatics at times, no middle ground. Absolutely. It is a 0, it is 100, and whatever they pick that day to be, it's going to be that 0 or it's going to be that 100.
Getting into the bank calls, getting to his bank at all, stuff like that. Obviously, public stuff like his bankruptcy, all you got to do is just look it up. And
Yeah, that's publicly available information. Anybody can just
But getting into his phone line, that's like, man.
The Comcast dude, like, what are we doing?
Exactly parallel to the situation. All this evidence, corroborating evidence, proving that it was real, it was real, it was real.
No, it was circumstantial evidence of you saying, yeah, my girlfriend likes Metal Gear Solid 3, Metal Gear Solid, and then the escort on Twitter going, Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games ever.
Banned.
Gone forever.
And then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we found out it was fake. Oh well, move on to the next. There was someone who made a video about it, okay? You probably know him.
He really gets on this so much.
Yeah, because this was his chance to exonerate himself, to spew all of the things he had problems with.
Wish they do more Phil online ops. Phil's online ops are way lighter than other log houses. Yeah, they go a little too far with some people. Like, who's that one dude that people were talking about, Cyrax, where they're sending him stuff, but Phil is a lot less gullible. And he has a lot more protections up. So
yes, Phil has a way more gated community, both IRL and online. He locks down his Twitter so trolls can't get to it. He locks down his chat room so trolls can't get to him. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I love Phil just giving rope, and then whatever he does with it, he's gonna do with it. I don't want people coming up behind him choking him out.
Secret Limited video about the $100,000.
I sure did.
You watched it. Secret Limited is someone who once a year makes a very negative video about me, highlights all my mistakes, puts it into one video.
And they're
They made a
great!
video documenting this, they called it the escort saga, okay? The thumbnail for the video was me, my ex, I don't know why she was in it, and the escort's face.
because that year you all broke up. It was a big moment of the year. And I hate how he talks about this when he's never seen any of them. And in fact, the whole escort thing that he's going to start talking about, when you see him go to the Secret Limited channel and he just goes, this is like 2 minutes of this video talking about the escort. Maybe. Not even just like this is true. It's just Phil talking about it and everybody talking about it. It just, again, it pissed you off.
Dude got one bad experience in voice chat and never turned his mic on. I feel bad for Panda. Here we go. Okay.
And they were broken up at the time.
Supposedly who it was. This gets disproven 3-4 months later. Did my detractors say, sorry about that, Phil? Mea culpa.
Why would they apologize? What is there to apologize for?
He wasn't like, hey, this is what's happening. He's documenting what the evidence is.
A big mistake. Let's forget. No. You want to know what he did? This is the same guy who made the WWE Champions video. He took the face of the escort and put a horse's head on it.
First off, that's funny. That's funny. And second off, you see how he just snuck that in? This is the same guy that did the WWE's champion.
Oh, yeah.
So he just goes, in your mind, he was disproven, and instead of apologizing to me, he just did something worse. Now, is this the type of guy that you would want to believe about this WWE Champions thing? That's what he just put in your mind. That's the type of stuff that Phil does. He was wrong here,
So
but
he's always wrong.
So this whole video must be just wrong.
He says, my wife looks like a horse. He never took the video down. He never
fucking
apologized.
Yes.
He said, my wife looks like a horse. He never took the video down. He never
The fucking
apologized.
internet, though.
I know.
Come on,
but this is what I
man.
mean. When these things get proven wrong, oh, move on to the next. It's just the next thing.
Okay. The two biggest things we had were, who is your new girlfriend, and are you the person in WWE champion?
Yes.
You take those two things away, the only next thing we can have is, did he commit tax fraud?
This is a thing that is gone. This is now, people are no longer going to mention this. Once you do a WWE sim or whatever, people are not going to mention this. Because if Randy Orton comes on screen, people are going to be like, oh, the new zombie Randy Orton, what are you pulling for that, Phil? So that's just going to be out of here.
Yeah.
I don't know what you want, the grand czar of detractors, the representative of all detractors, to rock up and just be like, formal apology to DSP. That's just simply not gonna happen. There are gonna be some people that will be like, dang, hands up, clickety clack, I thought Phil, but I guess we were just wrong. Obviously there are gonna be people like that, but what do you want? Yes, it's gonna be moved on to the next thing, because you're a piece of crap with a lot of next things.
So many next
Stop
things.
having those things, and those things will stop happening.
The horse head was not for Cat, but because the escort wore a horse head, by the way.
What was it?
Thank you, Don, for re-up and being a bum.
Yeah, I just wasn't in all that. I was just like,
same.
I was just like, if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. He's dumb. He's. We already know about the WWE champion stuff. He's frugal with his money. I wouldn't pay for booty, but I'm not gonna shame anybody that does.
It was I was tangentially aware of it.
Yeah.
So wait, so what does this have to do with it, though?
Because I will disprove anything, and they will just move on to the next. It will never end. That's what I mean.
Okay, but this thing is disproven, and if you stack up enough of those, don't you think you'd be like, okay, what about all anytime, because it goes back to the bunk stream that we had, where all he just went was the escort thing was proven wrong. If you go, the escort thing was proven wrong, the WWE champions thing was proven wrong, the tax thing was proven wrong, the bankruptcy thing was proven wrong, whatever, and you just have 10 examples, and then you just go, oh, so now all of a sudden y'all coming up in here in my chat and talking about, oh, I'm selling off Jasper in some sort of weird bestiality porn. Do you guys really think that you should believe that? If you have all this evidence to just go, they've made up this was disproven, they made up this was disproven, that would stack up to just be like, I understand your fans are already just so tired.
Oh yeah, let me do some more of those. Merry Christmas. What's your favorite DSP arc? Rant a little bit while I update some voice alerts.
But yeah, it's
thank you for the super chat, Don. We will answer that in a second.
It's just you can more easily pignosis your fans into believing this,
and that's
stuff.
what it is. Don't even act like it's not.
And it would be easier to that with more evidence, because you could just go, even if it's already been decided, you could just go.
Hey, Deku, shut up, you nerd!
They have been talking about this for years and years and years, and with one single screenshot, I've disproved all of them. What happened to all their evidence? What happened to that big expose video? What happened? So now the next time, it's just so simple. If these things are true, disprove them and move on. Yes, they're gonna move on, and then if they're lying, you move on to the next disproving. But his mindset is, if I go ahead and disprove more stuff like that, I gotta prove more stuff on my end. And if I hold up the camera to the screen, what if a booty pic shows up, or I get an email that's just like, hey Phil, here's your tax ID, and then I got my tax ID. That's his biggest fear, always. So that's his mindset of, yeah, I could disprove it, but nothing's gonna happen. The people that believe me are already always gonna believe me. So we just move on with them believing me, and the trolls are just gonna say whatever the trolls want. And he's not thinking that as the trolls say more and more outlandish things, people are gonna look at here like, hey, what's going on? This dude is jerking off. Because there was a couple of times where Phil was just like moaning or moving his arm, where he had a weird pre-stream thing where you could just see him moving, and people were like, he's jerking off again, and people legitimately believed that. There was one time where he was clearly stretching, he was like, and people were like, he's jerking off again. And if you don't disprove those things, people just get that in their mind and just go,
you're always jerking off.
Yes. Favorite DSP arc.
it's probably for me the tail end of the Panda Lee stuff, because he was his most toxic on stream and outright ignoring her. He looked like Henry Cavill. I'm playing the game. I don't but dinner.
There's some bad stuff. Tevin was watching it, and there are 3 times.
Oh yeah, you mean the Christmas stuff?
Yeah,
because Ann Lee was watching it too,
Disgusting.
and I just because in the moment you don't really recognize those things, but looking back, you can see how much he just hates.
He's not looking at her. He's turned away from her. He's doing anything but engaging with her like 3 times, and I'm just like, this is hateable stuff.
Yeah, no, he hated her.
And I hate him for that, because if you're not trying to engage, at least
and she loved him. She was trying her best. She was trying to match the energy, keep streams going, keep conversation going, and he just was a terrible person. And now here's Kat, my loving wife who I love and love. Phew.
I'm going with the moving arc, because it was a lot going on there, because he moves, he goes, yeah, we're gonna go to Seattle, we're gonna go to Texas, we're gonna go vacation and all of this, and they were planning on going 3 or 4 places, and they just saw the Seattle and just like, nah, we're just going there. Panda Lee did not want to move there. Phil did, and guess where they moved? And it's just the expenses of the moving, the mundane moving vlogs, where he thinks that people care about him putting a roll of toilet paper on his toilet. That type of stuff, and just the overspending and the fake. We're so tired. We've been going around all day, and
I got like 2 more to do, but this is good. I updated a lot of the voice alerts.
We can absolutely do a tier list of all the DSP arcs. There is a podcast called That Being Said that has already done it. We can steal that.
Yes.
And we could also add some more that are. But yes, that would be very, very fun.
No, I gotta add that one first.
Panda says something, and DSP reads off some random book. He deserves nothing. And then he just go, hey, I got pajamas. Oh, let me try another calendar thing that already flopped. Just no engagement with her. And I'm just listening to that, thinking in my mind, like, what would I say to her? I don't really care about. There was one time where she was telling a story, and she was looking at him, and she goes, what are you looking at me for? You've already told me this story. Look at the camera. I'm like, Phil, you don't treat people this way. What are you doing?
She's looking at you because she's having a conversation with you. Not with the camera, not with the nameless, faceless people that are going to be in the comment section, with the person that is directly in front of her.
And there's no fake laughs. There's almost nothing. I'm like, there's nothing here. This is disgusting. Also, shouts out the blind viewer. Panda Lee points that out. He just goes, oh, stop it. Just like no joking or anything there. I'm like, why are you here? Why are y'all here? You should be like,
just to suffer.
Get out. You're not allowed in here. The fact that this piece of garbage to have a loving girlfriend is insane. Yeah, it's 2 of them.
One of them,
and one of them that is just room and board.
Yeah, okay. They're all updated.
It's hard to say if Kat cares about him. She's very clearly awkward on camera, so I don't know how they are behind the scenes.
I don't know if that's her not being natural in a intimate setting with somebody.
Okay, where's the evidence? Present
evidence. Yeah, it's hard to say with Kat. And all we have is what Phil is saying, and what Phil is saying is always just exaggerated. Because just today, Tevin was restreaming it, and he talked about the machinima stuff, how they were just like, we're looking into it. Stop bothering us. How dare you? It's like, come on, that's a corporate entity. You think they're gonna talk like that? And now we have the evidence of him reading off the emails, and there was nothing like that. So it's all just spun through whatever Phil filter that there is, where you can't disprove him, so he can just say whatever he wants.
But it's the internet. So who fucking cares then?
So then why even bother? Why bother with any of it? And that's the attitude I've taken. Now, Adam, you just...
Okay, if it doesn't matter, stop
I don't
complaining.
want to hijack, but Lily did something similar with her ex-fiancé, where she went from the best person to this evil, abusive monster after their breakup. It's uncanny how similar
Oh,
it
you
is.
know, Phil legitimately with Panda was like, she's done horrible stuff to me and I'll never say what it was, but she was awful. And it's like...
And there's not a... Yes, it was reciprocated, where I've also done bad things to her.
The Simon Says works says works sometimes, and other times it doesn't. I'm gonna have to look for another Simon Says bot to see if I can find a better one. Thank you for the super chat, Aris.
Detroit man! Sit down. Because this is the attitude I take now. Wow, this was not supposed to be an interview, right? I was just supposed to be a guest on your show.
And now
it's a little
now you adjust.
Yeah, now it's a little A and B.
It wasn't my intention to ever come out and have it be like this. On my streams, we don't have this. That's why I wanted to...
Yes, you do. You have a full... There's somebody on Twitter who documents exactly how many percentage is 15% talking about begging, 5% talking about his new shirt, 20% about trolls, 10% about the schedule. There's somebody on Twitter that does that. You do this, Phil. I can't remember the last time a day went by when there's not a clip of you of Snort Hogan or Hate Army or anybody putting up anything which is like, there's no troll talk. There's nothing about him getting pissed. There's nothing about him saying anything really stupid.
There's nothing with him being super toxic during the stream.
You in this last Christmas stream, somebody just went, "Hey Phil, thanks for doing what you're doing," and you swerved into all these other months is lazy. It's like, where is this coming from? This is always in the background, Phil.
Be all you want my actual answers on this stuff. You watch this show, and that's the last thing I'm talking about, right? So this is all.
But we're 3 hours in and we've got nothing. What are you gonna do? Oh, go watch that show. Hey, Phil, is that you in WWE Champions? Watch the show.
Where you just say, no, I can't disprove it, and I'm never gonna disprove it, and my attitude is, why disprove anything?
My streams. I'm making content. I just want to be left alone. They won't leave me alone. They're the ones who continue the narrative. I'm with Adam. It's the internet. It's gonna go on forever.
Pause.
So
You didn't see it.
No.
they're the ones who continue the narrative. I'm with Adam. It's the internet. It's gonna go on forever. They won't leave me alone. They're the ones who continue the narrative. I'm with Adam.
There's two people on stream. There's two people. If you are 3 hours in and you don't know who Adam is, I'm sorry, but what does pointing do? This is a kindergarten teacher.
This is... It's not only that he's pointing to the wrong... I mean, he's pointing... Why is he pointing?
I'm with Adam. It's the internet. It's going to go on forever. So then why even bother? Why disprove anything? It's on to the next anyway. So once I disprove WWE champion...
Because now you have a mountain of things that are not disproven. You have 3 jerk-off sessions instead of just the one. You have the millions of children jerking off instead of just, it was in front of 20-something people. Again, somebody could just be like, he's making jerk-off porn. I would rather, because he knows that his audience are just going to believe him no matter what. So there's no point in doing it if it's just like, well, my audience knows I'm not going to do that, so I'm not even going to try to disprove it.
Great personal risk, okay? On to the next. And by the way, now something might happen to me because I exposed myself. So that's why I don't care about it anymore.
Pause. There's some nebulous personal risk that's going to come from disproving this. And... it's just gonna move on to the next thing.
What's the next thing?
What's the personal risk?
In the 15 years I've been a content creator, I've become...
Shut the up with this 15 years, 10 years, 5 years. Hey, how many years have we been content creators?
It If we want to talk about AMVs.
Yes, that's where it was content.
That's like 2007.
6. September 18th, 2006 was our first AMVs.
I want to say that out loud, you know, dating ourselves.
I'm so desensitized to this stuff. It's like, what's the next one? I don't care.
Well, if you truly don't care, then you won't bother sending him a screenshot.
Yes, clearly. That's all it is. You don't care to prove yourself because it's just off to the next thing. So you were never going to send it.
Nope.
Come on, don't act like...
It was already... He was 8% no. 8% yes. And 92% no.
Because it doesn't matter to you then.
It doesn't matter either way. If anything, if I send...
So it does matter. It's not that it doesn't matter either way. It matters or it doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter either way?
If I send it, if I don't send it, what's it matter?
If you don't send it, we still have this evidence against you. All these evidence, all these videos,
Milkara
all this...
says, DA what's Deary Boots Bleach's name?
Jackie Tristan.
There you go.
Try me.
You can't You can't do it this early, y'all.
Try me.
Because if you keep asking him, he's just gonna remember it and remember it.
No, I got it. I got it. I'm telling you.
You gotta let me handle the Jackie Tristan thing.
I got it. Don't worry about me.
And Craig the screenshot, it would be out of like respect.
What? What is respect for you that I'm gonna show you?
If I send Craig the screenshot, it would be out of like respect that he gave me his time today on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
but then,
that's something to think about.
That's a lot of trust too, because again, I'm not saying Craig would ever do anything dishonest or expose me. I'm telling you, there's been times this exact situation has happened.
This exact situation where I sent a screenshot to one person and then they shared it to everybody else, putting my family at risk. What was the exact situation?
You lying sack of crap. You can't just say that. The exact situation. The words have meaning. You can't just fold them into whatever you want them to mean.
Then something bad has happened to me because I did it.
I haven't. I'll tell you this. I haven't done anything to dissuade your trust or lose your trust. So look. Ultimately,
did he say not yet?
No, you said no. You haven't.
Okay. This is your call, but the offer's there.
I never did.
I know you said you didn't want
I
to do anything,
never
with your phone
did.
during this. Respect that. That's fine. But you realize that by leaving the door open, by even doing this after the stream, there still allows the opportunity.
You know what? That's a good analogy. When Phil says this is another thing and another thing and another thing, it's like someone keeps coming into your house.
They're constantly whining.
When? Shut the fuck up. It's like somebody coming into your house, just people constantly coming into your house. So you close the window that's open. Oh, but there's another window. So you close that window. Then there's a door that's open. You close that door. Phil's mindset right now is, why keep closing these things? Because people keep getting in anyway. They're just going to go to the next open thing. But if you close enough of the things, there's less chance that people are going to get into your house.
He just doesn't see it like that.
It goes back to the picture didn't happen. Like if somebody sees you pick up your phone right now on stream, you were to then email it to me right now on stream, and it was this was to happen literally right now in real time as people were watching. It's
on his bucket list. It's on his bucket
done.
list. Seriously, it's like number 3 on Craig's bucket list for that to happen right now. I'm just saying.
Once again, I think this is all done. It's all done. It's all done.
Because he sees that he's not going to do it, and he sees the mindset of, it doesn't even matter if I do it or not.
Present evidence of what you're saying.
Present evidence of what you're saying.
So there's just no reason to even ask for it anymore.
No.
And at this point, I'd just be done with the interview. If your mindset,
well, thanks for coming.
If your mindset is purely, there's no reason to prove anything because they're just going to move on to the next thing. What are you here for? What are you here for?
Turn those up a little, actually.
If your mindset is just gonna be, you started off this interview with just going, this is the place that you want for all the answers. What are your answers? It just doesn't matter for me to prove anything. So there is nothing here. I just hate that. That Tommy was so chuckle. And yes, but no. What now?
Adam is finished.
And Craig is just like, where do we go from here to get anything out of this guy?
He's doing his best to pull something, some type of question, some type of information.
Disprove these year-long detractor memes. Disprove this whole video. Disprove all this stuff by a screenshot and sending it to me. Now think about it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like, what can
Why are you here?
What do you ask him to get anything?
Bro.
Craig is doing it. Look at Craig's puckered lip as he tries to formulate a question.
Where do we go from here? And Adam's just like, no, I'm memeing. Here we go. Phew.
Bro.
There's so much going on in his mind right now. He's just open up mouth, close mouth, pucker lips, lean back, lean forward. There's just all this stuff. Just like, this guy is just lying, and there's nothing I can do.
It's all done. It's all done. All right, let's continue on, man.
Bro.
He looks up to the right like, what can I even ask to get anything out of this? And he's got a list of things presumably in front of him. So I'm thinking he's just going, do I try to salvage this WWE champion thing or do I just move on? And he's just like 6-1.
How the fuck did you not know the camera was on?
Like,
you know what I'm talking about?
I was,
you know, my life has been tough.
I wasn't gonna talk about this, but
I did. What the fuck, man? I mean, come on.
Sadly, when it happened, I tried to spin it. I tried to spin it in a very positive light, and I rolled with it. It's one of the rare times.
No, Phil, you are an outright liar. What you did when that first happened, and you said you were scratching your leg, and you banned anybody that brought it up. Not trolled about it. Anybody that mentioned it was banned.
Imagine if I had reacted.
But Turk, the reason they did that is because it's a funny thing that he could just move. It's a funny thing that he can talk about that he can just move on from. We're all having a laugh together, as opposed to this WWE stuff where he's saying nothing. At least now he can talk about this. You can ask what type of porn he was watching. You can have fun with this
Adam
situation.
is just done with it. He's just like, man, what happened there?
That would have been the end for me. Like, this guy, what's he gonna say? He didn't do it, or whatever. Of course, yeah, it happened. It's something just looking like a complete bomb. The story, sadly, is not happening. Okay. Here's the truth. I've told it before, but never in this context. So in 2016, it was probably the second worst year of my life.
And Jesus, in story time, Philip over here of why he jerked off. Can't just be I jerked off, move on, what of it?
I like jerking off.
Oh, that was too clean.
Yeah, no.
I'll see you in the Discord.
No, oh no, that was not good.
But yeah, you can't. It has to be. I was depressed. It was a rough time in my life. It's like
my girlfriend, the turbulent situation with her.
Like you need a reason to jerk off. Dang. It was the morning. I wanted to rub one out. I did. Camera was on. Whoops. Not. All right. So
I rolled out of bed. I was getting ready to start the stream, but I was bricked up. So I said, let me handle this.
Everything was falling apart in my personal life. I moved out here.
Phil reaching his hand towards the screen would be a good green screenshot. There's so many of them where he's just just scary hands at you.
Why? Who? Why'd you jerk off? Well, in 2014.
We getting this whole life story. We done got the story of Cat
How is
moving
it
in.
already clipped?
Gotcha.
Our relationship was great. Over the course of 2 years of systematic harassment on the internet, being swatted, doxxed, all this stuff, her family members being harassed, my family members being harassed, our whole relationship fell apart. Okay? In 2016, I was living with her, and we had 2 separate lives. It was like 2 roommates rather than a romantic relationship.
Who are you talking about in this sentence?
He doesn't like to say the name, but you see how
No. There's 2 situations where that happened.
allegedly. But you see how Adam just was like, "Hey, funny, jokey, porn, jerk off thing." He's
I
like,
was depressed.
I was 3 steps away from killing myself, y'all. It was gonna happen.
I flipped a coin and it was jerk off or kill myself.
Guess what happened? Either one was gonna be on stream.
It was messed up. Like, we were supposed to be together.
Adam! Oh, camera's on.
Whole time.
It got to the point where she went off and she had her own friends. Her own
This is why this stream is 4 hours, 5 hours. It's a quick story. Oh, dude, what's going on in my life? I was bricked up. I jerked off. Usually the camera's off. I don't know what happened that day. Maybe when I was frantically going to my porn to get this breakdown. I hit the key or something, or when I was searching for something, I hit it or something, and the camera came on. No clue. Usually it's not like that, but I don't know what happened.
It was what it was.
Everybody saw it. Thankfully, no, it wasn't too low. Instead,
constantly whining. Wah.
How has an hour passed already?
What? That's crazy.
Job. I was doing my thing. No one knew this. Everyone thought everything was fine.
And could you go back?
Which part?
Right there, let's hear.
She had her own friends, her own job. I was doing my thing.
Yeah, she had her own friends, she had her own job, like a normal person.
I was doing my own thing, rolling out of bed and starting my stream.
But he's just like, yeah, we were completely different people living separate lives. She had friends and her job, and I was doing my own thing. Y'all can't.
You can do that and still be together.
She's meant to be isolated completely and be devoted to you.
Is she not allowed to have her own friends separate of you? Cops, did you steal $10 million, Phil? Let me tell you a story. Real quick,
Helicopter job.
And I was fired from my job and had to...
Could you go back to all of that just to hear how he frames this?
I was living with her, and we had 2 separate lives. It was like 2 roommates rather than a romantic relationship. It was messed up. Like, we were supposed to be together, and we're really not. It got to the point where she went off and had her own. She had her own friends, her own job. I was doing my thing, but no one knew this. Everyone
Does
thought
that sound like this is somebody about to be broken up? To a relationship that's about to be ended? This sounds like this girl got friends and a job and she goes out and she interacts with people. This dude don't. But when she comes home, y'all together. Y'all don't need to be together all the time. Sorry.
No, but here's the problem with that. The thing was that before she got her own job and her own friends, they were always together.
Yes.
It was 24/7, them by themselves together.
He brought her over there on the promise of, you ain't got to work, babe. I'm making all this cash.
Now she's out 8 to 9 hours a day at work, and then another 2-3 hours out with her friends. So instead of 24/7, we're looking at 11-12 hours where she's not there. And then your 8 hours of sleep, y'all are now spending 4 or 5 hours together, whereas before it was all...
It's a scam.
And there's also the fact of, once you start interacting with more people, you just go, uh-oh, Phil is horrible.
Yeah.
I don't like this muff no more.
Did Phil manipulate Panda in a way?
She was a very broke girl.
And very young.
She came from the hood. Phil out the gate was showing her, because she wanted this soap kit, and it was like $250. And there's a video of Phil gifting it to her, and she's clearly very, very happy about it. So that just says she didn't have that $250 of expendable money to buy that for her. Mm-hmm. And if Phil is willing to just break this bread easily, yeah,
just like, hey, you wanted this? I got it for you.
Yeah, so he showed her a little bit of the high life, And
to where she doesn't really want for anything. You're not gonna go out and just buy a diamond necklace or something. But if you want a soap kit, if you want a plushie, if you want a new console, a $300, $400 console, he could probably just break that off.
And there are times where they were together where they would be laughing and going back and forth and stuff. There's like this hotel room porn watch where they read the titles and stuff, and they're having fun. They're going back and forth and stuff like that. And so you can see like there's a connection there in some facet.
Even the thing with the Kermit, that's adorable for a couple. Mm-hmm. But Phil hated her.
Yeah. So I believe that it was.
You know what? I don't even know. Sorry to cut you off. I don't even know if it's Phil that hated her or Phil doesn't have the capacity to be an actual boyfriend to a person.
Because he doesn't interact with people. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know that back and forth. So he has his stream chat that he just goes over and over again. It's a one-way conversation.
And then he'll read a chat and then he'll just know you're wrong and then he'll expand on why he's right.
He chooses what to read. He chooses what to expand on and he moves on.
And he chooses what to verbalize. Otherwise, he could just ban somebody saying something.
I mean, you pretend to be smiled, whatever. No one knew. I was depressed. I was really messed up in the head at that point. This guy's constantly whining.
I was depressed. This guy's constantly whining.
This room was the only place in the house where she never went.
Yo, what are you doing?
He's window washing.
This room.
This isn't the room you're looking for.
So this room was like.
She did come in there though.
Yes.
We have evidence of that.
Oh,
and why you acting like this is your sanctuary?
Oh no.
Like this is the only place where I feel comfortable and safe away from her. Now, what was bad about the relationship other than it was simply growing apart? We didn't hear anything about, in this, where he's talking about here, we didn't hear anything about any sort of arguments. We didn't hear anything about any sort of backstabbing.
Infidelity.
Any sort of, hey, dinner's ready, and she's just a cold piece of chicken. We don't hear any of that. We just heard, yeah, she's got her own life.
Stood up on a date night because she was too busy out with her friends or something.
It was my birthday, and she was just out with her friends her whole day, and that made me feel horribly. And she didn't even realize it was my birthday after 4 years of being together. So that's when I really started to know. That would be like, but he's got no evidence of this, and he's just going, this place was my sanctuary away from her. Away from what?
A loving girlfriend. I would say it was a mix of Phil stopped liking her and he doesn't know how to interact with people properly.
Yeah, it's I would say this both because Panda is she can get grating. And that's just what we see online.
I feel like a lot of people could get grading.
No, absolutely. And that's why I was going to say that it could just be a put on, hey, I am Panda Lee. Right now I am Panda Lee. I'm not Leanna. I'm on camera. Hey, wackety trackety. And she does some jokes and stuff. And she starts talking to
the little mousy voice and woo.
Yeah, but off stream we don't know how she is. But yeah, people just drift apart, and that's 100% fair. But I do not feel that Phil needs a safe space away from her. That's what he said. That's what he said to that sandwich nurse.
She was getting her booty and twat turbo twisted, trained, and almighty pushed by Tevin and Tyrone tag team champions.
Now, if it was she cheated on me,
yes,
point blank period, I can understand that betrayal. She cheated on
wanting a recluse from her,
yes,
until you figure out how you want to move forward or whatever.
I forget when they broke up, but let's say it was in 2016. If it was like in 2014, she broke up. I mean, she cheated on me, and we talked about it. I accepted her forgiveness. She said she would never do that again. But then I found out, I got little hints that maybe she was doing it a little bit more. She got a little more distant. I got a little more paranoid, and I started distancing myself from her. And that could be something. But we have nothing.
Except she's now not around all the time. And even when she was around, he acted like he hated her.
And I'm not trying to get all up in their business because I can purely accept that they just drifted apart.
Yes.
And that's all there is to it. Phil is a piece of garbage, and Panda Lee slowly started to realize that. Panda Lee is annoying, and Phil realized that more and more. and then they just drifted apart. I 100% accept that. I do not accept this. This was the only place that I could get away from her.
In my, like, 4-bedroom house?
I know that sounds stupid, but it was like, this is the one place I can be away from that. And I can have my...
Yes, she was, Triton.
And in particular...
Yes, she was.
I couldn't tell you the specific day when it happened, but I guarantee you it was something awful that happened, an argument, a fight, whatever it was. And I came in here and...
And when, oh my gosh, he done got me bricked up from yelling at me. So now,
like a rock.
Even though I've got 7 minutes until the stream starts, I gotta
only
get
need
this
2 of them, baby.
Like, what?
But Phil, if it's an argument, it's just gonna be an argument. What was the again? I'm not trying to get into his business, but was it about, hey, you're not pulling your weight around here, Phil? The dishes are always done. I'm going to work. I'm coming back. You've got 3 or 4 hours in between your stream. You're not doing anything.
I prep your meals so you don't even have to cook. You just need to heat it up in the microwave.
Is it that, or you going, hey, Leanna, I told you not to leave your everywhere, and she's just messy, and you've gotten into it about that, and y'all go back and forth. What was it? It's not just a fight and then instantly jerk off.
Because if it is, there's a whole different issue.
Because he doesn't even remember what happened. He just goes, I guarantee you it was a fight or an argument.
He doesn't remember what happened before. He doesn't remember what he was watching during. He just knows he jerked off that day. Dude, I remember everything if I got caught.
It was a bad day like that because you instantly tried to play it off and you fed into it. You like, I remember what happened. Or just lie and say what happened.
Because you're a liar.
It doesn't matter.
Then, I have a very different... Today I'm professional. I have layouts blocking the screen. And back then I just had, my...
You got like a couch in the corner that you
Exactly.
could go do that now.
Yeah, so...
He did not recognize the joke. He just plowed through. Yeah, you got a couch in the corner to go jerk off. Yeah.
He got a track that he's on, and he just got to move through it.
Is Phil lying right now? I believe aspects of it are lying.
It's not even Phil. Is Phil lying right now? Is Phil lying? And always your base answer to is Phil lying is yes.
If Phil says 15 words, 8 of them are a lie. What's up, Victory Grandma?
My base, when he opens his mouth, my base assumption is always he's just lying. When he just goes, let me tell you about Phil's days off, and he just goes, and I'm like, no, he's just lying.
I don't believe his cart got stolen with the bag.
I don't believe.
I do not.
I believe like 10% of that story. Because we know he's known to exaggerate stories to such a degree.
The camera had been left on from the day before. Back then, I didn't do face cam like I do today. This is a common thing to have a face cam on every single stream. Back then, it was a rarity. I only did it for like FromSoft games where I was going to get really upset. People like to see me rage on camera, right? So again, that DarksydePhil character.
You're not a character. Pull it back.
You are He's so frustrating,
and he puts those little things into his stories. Now it's established that I was a character, and then we just move on. This is the guy that did the WWE Champions video, and then we move on. He just puts those little things in the story. You can't refute that because he's already gone off to something else. You're listening and analyzing what he's saying, and then you just what he's saying the month, and I gotta pay attention to what he's going, and then you just move on, and you're fine with just whatever lie he just spit.
And so I come in here and I'm feeling like shit. I feel awful, like probably depressed.
Oh, about the we got into an argument. He said that he didn't remember, so he's gonna put himself in whatever light that is most favorable for him. Yeah. So it's probably yes.
It was another day where she abused me.
And so I come in here and I'm feeling like shit. I feel awful, like probably depressed, awful thing. And I
who is doing depression jerks? Like, who's feeling miserable after a hard day of work and just being berated and just going, jerking off just gonna make it better?
It could have just been something like, yeah, we hadn't had sex in a while. She was wearing something real nice, and I remember the good times with her, but she was so mad at me, and I'm just like, man, I can't even. There was an argument, and I couldn't like get the feelings of love and lust out for her, so I had to put that somewhere else. But he just has nothing other than it was probably like an argument, so I jerked off.
Hey, I'm sure there are people that go home with the sad sad wink.
To relieve myself before a stream. And then it's all over the internet.
You know what? Why wouldn't he say, instead of depressed, I was super angry and I didn't want to go into the stream with that feeling, so to relax.
I didn't want to take it out on her. And I didn't want to internalize it and just keep it held in. I've got to put on a brave face for these people. So either I work out, which I'm constantly doing.
Former bodybuilder, DarksydePhil. Who does an angry wank?
It's just, you ripped your off. What are you doing?
Where's the evidence?
Present
What
evidence.
you're saying. You're like, oh, camera was on, huh?
So it's depression.
Oops. It was part of it. It was definitely part of it. Like, obviously, you don't sit down. Why would you even do that? I would have to do that in a situation, but it was probably something horrible, you know, another argument. Any of them.
It was probably something horrible that caused my jerk off. Are the only times you jerk off, Phil, is when something horrible is going on.
And that's what he just goes right back to again, an argument. Not, oh, she wasn't paying her, pulling her weight with the bills. Not, she wasn't doing the dishes or anything, and I just sat silently, just judged her. Nothing like that.
It's funny you say Danny Brown because we are from Detroit.
The camera was on, and then you started the stream and then did that, or like you were prepping for a stream, but the camera was on, so it just happened.
Yes. So basically, I
have a question. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to walk my through. Okay. What was the lead time between starting the stream and completion? Because that's pretty fucking impressive.
Seconds.
Not long, man. It was, you know, I would turn on the stream. I call it the pre-stream rule or whatever. So I don't.
They're cooking him, and he
doesn't understand.
He doesn't understand he's being cooked. He can't roll with the cooking. Just like, bruh, it was one of the quickest jerks I've ever had.
I really don't care. I really don't care.
The pre-stream
roll.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord. All right.
So it's a normal thing.
No, it's not. It wasn't.
You got a name for it, Phil. You got a name for it.
The time that I turned on the stream to let people come into the stream.
Oh, thank God. Oh, jeez. Okay.
That's not a routine I do every day. No.
I mean, it'd be a hell of a pre-show. I'm just saying. Like,
here's
you could probably, hey, you could monetize, as our friends from Geeks and Gamers say, you could monetize the haters. You could start a wicked OnlyFans, Phil. I'm just saying, a wicked OnlyFans.
Here's the truth. First of all, it took place on YouTube, not on Twitch.
Okay, y'all, stop laughing. Here comes back to the facts and the truth of the matter.
Yes.
These people were wrong about this thing, and let me disprove them real quick. All right, you know, fun times are over. Now it's time for me to disprove people, even though I already said that disproving people doesn't matter because they're just going to move on to the next thing.
They're both laughing, smiling, having fun, and here's Phil like, Mr. Truth Man coming through.
He's getting cooked and don't even know it. It's like if you saw there's a Twitter video of a crab in boiling pot just eating some bread that surrounded him. It's like, muff, you cooking. That's you.
Because I just turned the stream on, right? And it was right, you know, laptop in front of me, or the camera's on. So embarrassing. But what's the narrative now? DarksydePhil masturbated in front of thousands of people, including small children, on the internet, live on Twitch, and didn't get banned for it. When did that happen?
Well, CNN rehired Tubin after he jerked it in a freaking Zoom meeting. So, I mean, things can happen, dog. You know?
Thankfully.
No, pause. Number one, don't reach at the number two. You see, no ability to go back and forth. Why did you go back to that? You knew this was gonna piss me off. What are you doing?
Phil was drunk.
He just a place where you can go back and forth, but he doesn't because he's on a track. He had in his mind of just like, I can say that the camera wasn't down and saw my penis or whatever. Not listening to what it is now my turn to make my joke.
Yes.
That would have been very bad. Thank God it was when you had the angle. This guy constantly whining. It doesn't show
I haven't seen it. And I don't want to see it.
It's actually like from the neck up. and it's kind of just like me tilting my head back and looking
Yeah,
at my ass.
okay, so
It's just the
My O face. It's just my O face.
hey man,
That's it.
there's been worse videos of prominent YouTubers with their heels above their heads, and it's been worse.
But I'm the
Wow.
one. That's sadly that's the association a lot of people will always have. Is that that's
Oh, camera's on.
2016.
All right.
How am I ever going to live that down? If anything, here's what I learned from it. That's going to always, no matter what these idiots say about me, that's always going to be my most embarrassing moment.
Irrelevant if it's going to be your most embarrassing moment, because you do constantly things that are not embarrassing, but it just shows how much of a piece of crap that you are. I think that that's way worse than, yeah, I jerked off, yeah, it was online, everybody jerks off, but not everybody does it on camera, whoops, whatever, move on. No, just this whole mouth drooler stuff, when it's very clear what you want to say, Phil, because you've slipped up and said it several times.
It's I shouldn't have said that.
It's that type of stuff where I'm just like, the jerk off thing is a funny joke that is just whatever, move on. It is. If it was 50 things that I think about Phil about, it's not going to be in those 50 things because I don't really care about it outside of just like, oh, a little funny joke. It's horrible, but it's the bad stuff that I think about, not the, oh, this was embarrassing, whatever. Yeah. No, it's your cringy half joke bullshit.
It's the Pandalise fake engagement ring. What do you guys
is that?
You're talking about a joke I don't even know.
Warning, what you may see right now is going to be absolutely disgusting. Oh, any digs in his ear. Oh, there's nothing there. It doesn't work. That type of stuff.
Oh yeah, no, he definitely denied it. Itching my leg, banning people. It was terrible.
Chris the Chilled says, the only thing I'd regret this year is opening up Twitter and seeing Boogie in his B-Day suit on his stream.
That was rough.
Oh, I didn't see it. I just knew he got banned for it.
That was rough. You couldn't see anything because of obvious
He's
reasons.
so big.
But it's rough.
Oof.
And I want to give you some advice right now. You need to own it, and you need to have a box of tissues behind you.
And a t-shirt.
As a fucking joke, dude. Troll them back.
No laughing, no smiling, no nodding, no nothing.
Why not capitalize on it? Why not make a t-shirt with the O face?
Because
it's just cameras on.
We talked about this with Rich. He's constantly used the shield of my wife hates it, and she's downstairs crying whenever she talks about it. And then it's one of the most embarrassing moments in my life for me. So I don't want to relive that constantly. So that's why he's not laughing. He's not. I forget what he says here, and I'm wondering what he says here.
I hear what you're saying. However, again, you have to understand something. We're joking about it. It's funny to joke about it and own it, but actually, it's representative of a really bad time.
Yes. Of course it was.
I don't care if
we're joking about it and laughing about it. So why is this okay?
You think a recovering crack addict isn't sometimes just like, yeah, I was sucking in the alley for my crack. Dwight Ray's, there you go. God,
finally the stream can start. Here we go. Let's go.
I think of him just being incapable of making fun of actually making fun of himself.
Absolutely. He does the little easy, oh, I'm Phil.
Merry Christmas to you too.
He does the easy thing.
Yeah.
But when it comes right down to it, who he is as a person, he's not willing to make fun of himself.
He can't. The ego won't allow him to.
I'm saying, like, it's
okay, that makes sense. Yeah, sure.
Depressing thing. My wife doesn't ever want to talk about it. You know, she knew.
Hey.
Think about this. She met me after, and she still likes me. She married me after that. So obviously, she's moved past. She doesn't want to talk about it. It's like, why am I going to monetize the most embarrassing moment?
Phil,
you know.
beat. Damn it, that would have sounded so bad. I was going to say beat your demons, but in this context,
pretty good.
It's like shit.
They're smiling, they're laughing. Phil is very nervous.
Look at his stank face.
I am not a body analyst, but you could just see him.
I'm gonna play it without audio.
Twisting and gesturing and all this stuff.
Just so you can.
It's just.
All right, there's his laugh, and now they're laughing, and oh my God, that look down was so sad.
He's just like, hey guys, stop talking about it, guys. Stop making fun of me.
Right here,
it's like when you get capped on by your friends, you're just like, yeah, okay, guys, let's move on.
Yeah, can somebody else take this, please? Oh, he's
moving to the left and the right. This is very, and you can see they're both stationary, but he's just moving around. He's looking. It's just, I'm not a body analyst, but there's something there with that. And it's clearly the nervousness.
Constantly whining.
They're constantly whining.
You're demons, but in this context,
Pretty good. Pretty good.
He should have just done a beat your demon
conquer your
shirt.
demons. You know what I mean? Like you're like, I don't want to like go there, but it's like, no, fuck that. Just,
All right.
like face it and you know, conquer your demons. I didn't mean to make that pun.
No laughing, no jokes,
so good.
nothing.
But you know what I'm saying, right? I'm trying to like, you say you don't want to go there.
You
but
wanted that to be a Twitch emote.
Why does Phil use water bottles when he has a reusable?
No. We can't. I cannot.
Well, he has a reusable.
I cannot.
Water
I
bottle.
will not.
Why does he have?
I will not. We cannot. And we won't. And we move on.
We seen him open water bottles in the middle of a stream.
He used to have this, here it comes, guys, bottle crunch, and he would lean in and crunch the bottle.
Because Tevin hated it.
No, we're not. And we're not. And it's just, here it is.
like,
Right.
conquer
You're not the only
it,
person
dude.
who said
Own
that.
it.
You're
Own it.
definitely not
Own
the
that
first
shit.
person. The problem is, again, when you focus on a focal point like that, and that's one of your end all be all, I don't want that.
It's not going to be your end all be all. It is a small joke that your fans understand that you can meme about every now and again.
That the internet at large understands and thinks of you as. DarksydePhil is the guy who jerked off on stream. That is your legacy. Regardless of your 15 years of content creation, 10 years of content creation, 20 years of content creation, you will always be the rage toxic monster DarksydePhil that jerked off on stream. Point blank period. End of day. I am that guy. So make some money off of it. You need it anyway. Dropping 1,300 on Finn WWE champions this weekend.
Allegedly.
Piss me off.
Allegedly.
Okay, where's the evidence?
Well, yeah.
Present evidence.
Yeah, present evidence.
I guess there is no evidence.
It probably will be, but I want people who come to my content every day to remember that awesome stream they had or that cool gameplay that we did.
What was so strange?
Cool gameplay that you did.
That stupid piece is doing the fan voted favorite playthrough of the year bullshit. Dude, it's gonna be the most ridiculously. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be the worst thing I've ever seen out of that man, because it's just gonna prove how idiotic his fans are. Because he doesn't have real fans. He legitimately probably has 9 actual real life fans.
As always, let's go back 2 days ago to what's going on in Street Fighter.
Damn it. Yikes.
Street Fighter is not a good example because he will just sit there and not talk for the reason that he's concentrating. Baldur's Gate.
I guess that's it. So here come the spiders.
What's on screen?
Wow. What an asshole. Disadvantage. Wow. I can only give him 25% because he hit me with this shit, huh?
What's on the screen?
Yo, this is terrible.
Only a 16% chance to hit?
What's on the screen?
What about a vampire's bite?
So this is what he wants people to tune into. And I can understand it's not always a laugh a minute or whatever, but this is so much of what Phil does. It is worthless.
Dude, what could you even vote for? The dude literally can describe what's on screen. It's only good if you're super blind, man.
I wanted to think about the guy that faced me up on stream. Like, it's so stupid. And it's such a dumb thing that I moved past. I'm not in that part of my life anymore. I'm so much happier now that I don't need to dwell on the past anymore. I don't need to think about that moment. It was stupid. And yeah,
So why do you mention 4th place in Evo so much?
Yes,
forever.
if you're not going to monetize it, we will. Later tonight, the Beat Your Demons t-shirt will be available on the store.
Oh my god. That is, no, that's terrible, dude.
Bye. Bye, Phil.
Oh my goodness.
Bye.
Things that I want to circle back to.
Oh, it's over.
Bye, Phil. The trolls, DDoS. They got him.
Did we lose him?
Like frozen and such. But
I was just kidding. I mean, I couldn't help the puns. They wrote themselves.
Phil, make sure you pop back in. I'm sure that he will. I doubt that he quit because he would have been dropped from the thing. It's definitely an internet issue. So
Why does Phil look like he's in pain when he eats a drink? Because he is in pain when he eats a drink. Mm-hmm. His teeth are destroyed.
Banned.
Cool.
Gone.
That the newest eating thing.
Shut the fuck up.
The newest eating thing.
I didn't see it.
So bad.
I didn't see it.
It's just the noises. No. Bites. Oh, this is delicious.
No way.
I wanted to drop kick my screen.
There was a time he was reacting to someone parodying him, and he basically went, I don't actually do that. He's so lame.
It was the cup noodle thing where he was just like, no, that's the what? Why are they? It was a mess.
Also, Lily did a 6-hour-plus Pokemon retrospective. She somehow missed some story from half the games, was ungodly biased, and I feel like she used a lot of headcanon.
Oh, absolutely. Of course. But I'm pretty sure it's looking at it how you want to look at it. I'm sure that was what happened with the Korra thing as well.
The way most people get around bland moments where not much is happening is by having friends and stories to go back and forth with. Phil has none of that. All of his stories are during the pre-stream. His sad stories are my cart got taken, my plastic bags.
All he has is what's happening on the screen. What did he say? All the spiders are coming. 16% downstate.
Dude, it was over beans?
Mexican beans.
Mexican beans?
He was like, oh, they're so seasoned. We might have to check. I might have to sprinkle you with that, a little bit of that.
Yeah, we might need to watch some of that when we're done with this. Yeah, like I said, like he said, we're getting to at least an hour. We'll probably finish the last hour on the next stream. And then, we might need to.
I do not think that he rage quit or anything like that. So Phil, you can just pop back in whenever you're ready, and we'll keep going. But there are a few things that I want to circle back on, mainly on the 5K. Okay, let's see, he dropped. So
he said when he thinks of Christmas, he thinks of Mexican food.
He said that jokingly.
I hope so.
Oh, when I think of Christmas, I think of Mexican food.
Again, I do want to circle back on the business success because I feel like Phil kind of started that question a little bit. We didn't really get, the idea of.
Do we need this part?
We can skip. 5 seconds. We'll hear what they say. 5 seconds. We'll hear what they say.
Man, I mean, I don't believe him.
I just don't believe him.
There's too many.
Pause. And there's nothing to believe him about.
No.
You present this stuff and he just goes, "No, that didn't happen." So it's very obvious why he wouldn't believe him.
I mean, I caught him live, and then he admitted like a minute later that I was right. And it's just like, man, that your whole credibility was already shaky. And
yes, and he didn't. He chose to omit the information of the trolls disprove the escort thing to make it seem like worse than it was. So it's stuff like that where you just go, Phil, this it's understandable to not believe you.
I mean, I'm not saying this now because he's not here. I mean, you guys have been very blunt to his face. I'm not gonna if he hears me, it's not like I straight up told him I didn't believe him about that joke that he made, and it's just like, dude, that's such bullshit, So.
While we have a second, hopefully Phil's going to rejoin us. I did want to thank everybody for your super chats today, and I see a lot of people buying merchandise.
5 seconds.
It's not easy to fucking do what he just did, I wasn't being easy on him, and I wasn't going to.
Always give kudos for Phil for doing this and for coming back, for staying, for coming back, for being there with Keem. Absolutely. I will not give him kudos for how he cooked to Keem.
Oh, dude, that shucking and jiving he did to Keem. Now, Mr. Star, I know you know Star.
All of that, I respect.
Great star of the Keems.
He does not respect him. Why are you lying?
I said earlier, I'm an honest asshole, dude. Like, if you're if I don't know you and I'm like, and there's shit and you know it's a serious situation, like I'll get serious. Like this is the most serious show we've ever had on this channel, right? We're constantly laughing. I'm like,
dude, he was serving it up for Keem.
100.
Mr. Keem.
It seemed like he just wanted to be joining and doing a regular show, and it kind of evolved through the weeks of it's going to be an interview, and now.
And one of the things I hate about the post stuff with Phil, he was just like, it was in our agreement that we would do this, and then I would come be a regular guest, and they broke that. It's like, Phil, you don't see why they wouldn't want you to be on a guest. It's not like you are obligated. It's like there's a contract and we are forced to have you no matter what for next shows, no matter what you say. If you walked up and they're just like, Hitler, he has some good ideas. If you said that, it's like, okay, we're just not allowed to not have him next time because of the agreement. No, you can say whatever you want. You can lie all however you want to lie. You can do whatever you want. It's like, well, I am coming back because that's the agreement. No, if you don't mess with these if you just sitting there and lying to these people, they have the right to uninvite you.
This interview today, and I mean, it was tough.
Right. Well, I'll say this. Phil just emailed me and he said, "Hey, I'm still here. I might be getting DDoS. Not sure." So,
okay, where's the evidence?
I will say this. Look, we do have. So while we have a second and Phil's not with us, I'm actually going to invite somebody to the chat right now.
Keem on deck.
Keemstar is going to join us.
On deck.
When Phil hops in.
And I remember on the Discord where it was like, Keem!
Present evidence of what you're saying.
Oh yeah, Carlo, we saw that.
I was like 3 minutes. I was like 30 minutes behind, and people were like, "And Keem," I'm like, "Things are going down."
We'll see. Like I said, I don't want to make this weird for Phil, but I do think that while we have a second, we'll bring Keemstar in. Keemstar has the link, and he should be joining us any minute.
Oh my God, this is.
I will say this. I will say this, guys. I appreciate everybody staying with us, and while we have you, for
they would just be doing that a lot more if they could just instantly DDoS him.
Oh yeah,
it was just a blip, and his mindset is instantly trolled, so he just goes out DDoS trolls.
He did that shit himself.
He could have done it. Cat could have done it. Could have just been a blip. Could have been
Jasper.
Comcast man.
Yeah.
Could have been Jasper. Could have been a lot of things. But his mind went instantly to trolls. And that is another, look, I'm just sitting here and they just DDoS me. And that's another thing that you can just blame on them. Present evidence, as it were.
We do have some other guests coming up, including Mark the Cyborg and
we don't need that.
And we're usually pretty fun.
I'm just so tired of the stupid.
But joining us,
Stop laughing, and jeez.
all right. Keemstar is joining us. Hello, Keemstar. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Good. It's nice to meet you. You guys have absolutely crushed this. I think you've done more than a fair job.
It is to be said, they have done as good as a job as you could possibly do.
Yes, with the person that
with the person with whom you are talking, you've done as good a job. If it was,
I could not have done as good a job.
I think we could have, because they didn't have all the knowledge or the evidence about like the 5K. They let them get away with a couple things.
That's the problem right there, though. They let them get away with things. I don't think we would have, and I think it would have been a lot more antagonistic.
No. I'm saying we have more knowledge.
Yes.
And they did not have that knowledge. Stuff like that were just like little tiny small things like that. But as this stands, it's like a 95 out of 100.
With Phil here, and especially like how difficult he is. We're talking about the $50,000 offer and the Lol Call podcast. I just really wanted to get on and say my piece because he's just dishonest. I think you guys experienced this, right? He had an opportunity to clear his name so easily, and he just put it off and made excuse, and then goes on to bring up some other situation with hookers and some other lies, and it's like every content creator has been lied about.
Dude,
right?
and you shouldn't.
The systematic destruction of his argument.
What does Keem know about Phil? He knows about what he knows online, obviously, and the interactions that he had with them, and now this thing where he recognizes right here and now, hey, show your phone, story. shouldn't be able to just recognize this like this. But Phil is just so on a track that you just go, nah, this just keeps happening.
This one issue where he could just prove his innocence so quick and he doesn't take advantage of it, then it's like, and
I told him it's just making you more sus. Like that, it's making me trust your story less. That you're not like, you know what? I want to fucking prove this shit. Like I'm sick of these lies. Let's prove it. You know.
Well, I'll say this. Look, Keem, we appreciate you hopping on. Phil has rejoined us. Phil said he didn't want to be on the show if you were on it. So I'll tell you, can we invite you back on after we're done with Phil?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, we're gonna bring Phil back on. We don't want to make things weird, so appreciate it.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. They did everything they possibly could to capitulate to Phil's demands and whims. I don't want to be on when Keem is on.
Cool.
Hey, you're not here right now. We're gonna invite Keem. Okay, you're coming back. Keem, we're gonna let you go. Keem Star, the biggest person, one of the biggest people we're gonna have on this podcast. We're gonna let you go to go back to DarksydePhil,
who has stories about Phil, who has his own opinions about Phil. This isn't just some random guy going, isn't that the jerk off guy? No, this is a guy that can analyze and see exactly what he's doing.
And push back against some of the things he said about Phil, about Keem.
Understand it, man. And you have the link. I'll DM you when we're ready. Okay, buddy?
Sounds good.
Thank you, Keem. Appreciate it, man. All right. All right. Phil, welcome back, man. Sorry, we had a second.
The difference. Holy crap. The difference. It is. Dude. Come on. He's got his logo in the background. It's professional.
Phil,
you see, look how relaxed he is, just leaning back. His back isn't in shambles. This is.
Adam instantly eyes down. Alright, thanks, Keem. Oh, hey, Phil.
I know. I saw it. So we appreciate you running with it, man. So let's continue. Everything okay?
I don't know.
Give Keemstar credit. He can be responsible.
Yeah, no. Calm Keem here is one of my favorite part of the interviews, as he just goes, Phil, blah, 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 and he's just calm, and he just lays it out, and then he just leans back and let Phil say what he needs to say. He's not this popcorn eating raging lunatic that he is on Drama Alert. He's just this,
or even trying to poke the bear at Phil with the Log Out podcast now.
He's just a simple. I emailed you I texted you at the correct time. I called you at the correct time. Just that. Just that purely. This is what happened.
And I hate that so much because we've seen Phil multiple times. Thank you for the super chat again. So we've seen Phil so many times get off of the stream for a phone call.
Yeah,
but he couldn't do it for Keem. If that's what happened,
it's a power play.
Truly, that's all it is.
I have absolutely no idea what just happened. My whole internet went down and came back up. I don't know if it was my ISP or if I've just been DDoS. I would not put it past them to DDoS me.
Them. They.
I've never, to my knowledge, my IP address has never peaked this one. But if it happens,
how would you know if it did or didn't, Phil?
Right.
Well, I hope that's not the case.
I hope not either, because that's
okay. Where's the evidence?
Present evidence of what you're saying.
All right. Let's circle back on some stuff here, man.
Did I miss anything? Did I miss anything?
Yeah, there's a few things that I feel like we kind of went through, and I feel like we do need to kind of address. And I want to
no. Keemstar is 1,000,000,000% a businessman and a man that will shield his products.
But here, he did absolutely nothing wrong. In this aspect,
I disagree. He kept bringing up the Loud Cop podcast.
Oh, no. I'm talking about in terms of how he handled this situation. Obviously, he's going to promote himself and market what he wants to do. But in this, the whole, hey, I got somebody who's from Phil's past, all that stuff, that's just like, hey, and we're going to do a boxing match with Boogie and Phil. It's like, shut up about that.
It's a scam.
He has grievances with Phil, and he comes on and he lays them down, and there's nothing wrong with what he did here.
Business expenses, because we talked about the 5K, we talked about that, but we didn't really get an answer, right? Like, this kind of all ties in together. The idea of, like, as somebody who works online, I've been doing this for a long time as well. I understand that spending 5K on anything is a lot, and the idea of a mortgage being a business expense, that's not necessarily true. You can from a tax perspective, you can, well, allow me to tell you, because from a tax perspective, you can take the square footage of your office space in your house, and that can be deductible, right? And you can use that as a business expense. You can take the internet and do those things, but your entire house, your entire mortgage is not something that can be a business expense, right? So
I didn't think that was legal. I don't think that's legal.
Right, it's not. It's not the way it goes. But with all that said,
what was with that robotic movement Phil started doing when they said, "Oh, that's not illegal"? Because he's worried.
A business expense, right? So with
I didn't think that was legal. I don't think that's legal.
Right, it's not.
Watch him.
It's not the way it goes.
Yeah, he's nervous. Oh no, gassy. Never mind.
Lined up, right? There's still a lot. Like, are you spending that money on food, or what are you spending that money on it? Because you can pay for meals out and things like that, as long as you technically talk about business. I've done that hundreds of times, where you go out to a meal and you say, well, we're gonna have a business meeting, and it's just you and your wife talking about whatever, right? It's just one of those things. But walk me through once again, like, what are your month-to-month business expenses? What are you paying for as a
present evidence of what you're saying?
Streamer who works 12 hours a day? Kind of walk me through this.
Well, again, I can tell you what I do now. I mean, we're talking, what people are referencing is something from like 2019, I think, right? Is that a capture from
Well, but I want to know about today. I want to know about today. Like, your expenses that you have on a month-to-month basis. What do those look like? Are your expenses?
You know what? How about
Oh, I forgot about the paper bill. He was about to grab so he could say what his expenses were. I forgot about the paper bill. Y'all, it's been so long since I've seen this interview. Oh my God, I forgot.
Sure, do your thing. Yeah, should be fun. Phil is off, and it looks like. I wonder what he's.
No, Adam, what he gave it. The stare.
All right, Phil is off, and it looks like. I wonder what.
100% just.
This could be a surprise. See what happens.
I'm an old man.
Yes.
Oh my fuck! I hate this. This is something that gets my blood boiling. Boiling.
I do something that no one else does. I use paper.
Why, dude? Why? Because it's a business expense. The ink, the printing, the paper. It's a business expense. Okay, but there's no reason to write that off if you're not using it except for this type of crap. Baffling. Just don't buy the thing. It's insanity. Here it is. Here's the evidence presented. Dude, his mustache is terrible.
And I write on it to track it. No one else does this, right?
Now hold on, Phil.
People do this. Business ledgers do it. People with expenses that they use for their books, they're balancing your checkbooks. People write things on paper, gas receipts. Look at this face. He's so smug about it. But there's literally no reason why he would write it down. Why you write it down? Make a spreadsheet. But you just gotta go, where's my paper for my bills? Bills for a month.
Before you show anything, I want to
I'm not gonna show. I'm gonna read.
Yeah, I'm not gonna show anything. I'm just gonna read whatever I want. And I can skew it in any way that I want. Gas, $800 a month. All right, we're almost there.
I'm not going to show anything. I'm going to read some things. What I'd like to do is kind of go through here, because people say every day, where does your money go? Essentially, that's what you're asking, right? Where does the money go that's coming in? I will 100. Uh-oh. You guys are shopping. Tell me.
No, you're good. You're good. You can keep going.
Okay. Keep going. Here we go. I'm going to go through this. I'm not exaggerating. Line for line, this is what I'm paying this month. And this is all my money goes, plus a few other things. Okay? And
this is where all my money goes, plus a few other things. What are those other things, Phil?
Now we have to pull those things into the question. And now all you can say is this. And we have no evidence. All we have to do is just accept whatever you're saying.
There's no way he started with a subscription to Hulu.
Why is that
$10 subscription to Hulu is what you start with when they're talking about $5,000 a month in business expenses?
Forever.
I have a subscription to Hulu. Chortle.
Why is that the first thing that you write when you are actively picking up a pen and a piece of paper? Why is that a $10 thing and not the most important things that need to be paid?
Your car note, your mortgage, that type of stuff. $10 subscription to Hulu. The gouty laugh.
That's not what that is.
What would you classify this as?
Not necessarily gouty. It's just who he is.
Yep, have a good one, Aris. It is Christmas after all. Nobody should be here.
Maybe not for them.
Business expense, okay?
Definitely not a business expense. I'm just saying this is where our money goes. This is everything.
What is that thing?
I have my internet.
What is that?
They're very expensive because they're unlimited.
I
internet.
want it.
You know, it's not.
You could probably just ask him on Twitter what it is.
It's like you pay a ton of money.
Hourly? Who pays for hourly internet?
No, not hourly. I said unlimited.
Oh, I thought you said. Okay, you go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I meant to say data rates, not hour. My
Got it.
data rates. You know how much you use.
Okay.
I have my dues here.
Hey, what's it?
Does he not have unlimited data?
No, he does. He says unlimited internet for people. DSP works his ass off to look endearing to people, and it never lands because he can't. He doesn't know how to interact with people. Mm-hmm. All he knows how to do is present his personality at people, not to people, at people.
And we see that he's already just like either you accept it or you don't.
He can't interact with people. It's the worst.
Limited internet.
Okay, here we go.
Definitely not a business expense. I'm just saying this is where our money goes. This is everything. I'm serious. I'm going to cover it all.
I was looking at the
I have
UFO
my
thing.
internet. I have 2 internet lines that I pay for. They're very expensive because they're unlimited internet.
Okay, internet. I thought he was talking about the phone.
Our internet bill with Comcast is $135 a month.
He has 2 business lines though.
Why does he have 2 business lines? I thought he would have 1 business, 1 residential. You can't put both of those on the internet. I mean, on the business expense because one is just to do TV, Netflix downstairs in the living room. Why does he have 2 business lines?
It's fine.
I legit thought he had a business line in it. What do we do? Why would he do that?
It's fine. Yeah.
Holy! Oh my God! You just made me so mad.
He talked about it in the Comcast thing.
I know. I just slid off my mind. I guess because I just believe when he said 2 internet line, I have a business line. I assume 1 business, 1 residential, because it makes the most sense.
Whoops.
Oh my God!
He's been a lost cause for 15 years.
It's not an hourly rate. It's like you pay a ton of money.
Hourly? Who pays for hourly internet?
No, not hourly. I said unlimited.
Oh, I thought you said. Okay, you go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. I meant to say
It's
data
a scam.
I have my dues here where I live. I live in a community, a condo facility community, so it's the dues, monthly dues.
Mm-hmm.
I've got, let's see here.
I mean,
Game Pass.
but you're reading off personal expenses, and that's no one's business.
Right.
I'm reading off everything. I don't care. I'm reading off
Well-
everything so you know where my money goes. Because this is what they want. They want to know where all my money goes. I'm going to tell you right now.
No, I don't.
But here's the thing: you said it goes to 2 business lines that are very expensive. What is the cost of those?
Yeah.
Because if collectively it's $300, and then you said a subscription to Hulu that's $10, we're looking at $310 so far.
You're not itemizing anything. You're just going, this is where my money goes. And then once you list off all those things, we can only guess that, I guess this might be $75. This might be, we don't know how much water you use or gas that you use and stuff like that.
I think that's the case. I think it was about the $5,000, the business expenses, that they were like, what is going on with this? Like, how is this the case? So you're now giving them.
Well, let me continue.
When you were seemingly very nervous about giving anyone any more information that isn't public. You know what I mean?
What happened? Adam's right. I'm not giving y'all any information that might hurt me, but here's everything I pay for per month. Phil.
Oh no.
before you continue, it just seems like this is counterintuitive for where you have said your stance is on like revealing public information. So like,
Well, I'm not going to tell you any account name. I'm not going to.
yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I get that, but still, it's some personal stuff that's like, all right, well, I don't understand what. That's not what the subject was about. It was about the business expenses.
Right.
These aren't business expenses that you're reading off. This is personal stuff.
Some of this would be.
Some of this would be considered.
He doesn't know what's considered to be business stuff.
Because you said, I don't know if my mortgage is part of that.
So take away the stuff that isn't business stuff. I mean, that isn't. That take away the stuff that is personal. Leave the business stuff and read that off.
Consider businesses, some wouldn't. You know, like I was just going to say, Game Pass.
But what's the point? Is kind of where I'm leaning. Like, what is the reason for giving us your personal expenses?
Because people want to know where my money goes.
No, Phil. Right now, there are people that want to know where your money go. But right now, they're asking, what are your monthly business expenses? And you're going Hulu and gas for your car or something.
But we're not going to hear anything that's going to surprise us. Hulu, groceries, cat stuff. We're not going to hear that he has that he's paying for his grandma's hospital bills or something like that. We're not going to hear that. It's going to be the obvious stuff. He's like, well, this is all where my money goes. So it's not going to be anything surprising. It's just going to be normal stuff. So what's the point in saying this? If you say, I've got $5,000 worth of business expense, that's my mortgage, that's my car payment, that's the lights. And you go, that's $5,000. People are like, what the? That's not $5,000. That's where the questions would come from.
You're asking
your business, the business expense money. That's what they're talking about. That's what I've seen on the internet. That's what I've seen that people are upset. There's the business expenses, the 5,000, and then like I don't know where this like $500,000 thing is or what that even is. But there's some questions. Yeah, I don't know. I heard.
And see, that's the type of stuff where it's just like the $500,000 is the credit card and all the stuff that he got abolished.
The bankruptcy.
With the bankruptcy.
Yeah.
I didn't look into that much because I have multiple shows that I do, and I couldn't dedicate too much to learning about you. So I figured I'd come and just hear from you. But like that's from what I've seen, it's the business expenses that's what people want to know about. Like how are you spending that much money on the business?
Here's the thing: if you were to nickel and dime every single transaction I did.
What are your business expenses, Phil? It's not a hard question.
When it comes to like video games and stuff like that, I don't think it gets close to that. I think I don't know how it was divvied out.
You filed this, Phil, and now you're just going, I don't know.
You've been doing these taxes yearly for 15 years. You never looked into what is considered to be a business expense. You talk about all this stuff about how you're a mature adult. You have a business degree. All this stuff, but you don't know what your expenses are. You don't know what is considered to be an expense when you've been doing this for 15 years. You've never looked at the stack of papers that they've given you and just went, all right, flip through this. You never sat down and just like, hey, yo, what is exactly my business expenses that I could just write off? If it's gas, if I buy a bag of chips while I'm filling up the gas, would that be considered it? There's nothing here.
It's done right because I went through it with the bankruptcy.
No, it wasn't done right because you had to refile because you said you did not have pets and spent money on pet food.
And you say that you know that it's done right, but then you moved across country and then your taxes were done wrong for all those times. Are you saying that now you know they're done right for some reason because it just was accepted? Well, they were accepted for all these years, but they were done wrong.
Line by line. So
is that where that large number comes from? Is the bankruptcy number like how much debt you had?
Oh,
I'm trying to take a.
How does he not know how much debt he got abolished? Phil is a government psyop. Who knows? He might just be an alien. He might just be some weird guy. Whatever he is, he's that to 11.
I mean, you would know, right? I mean, if that's
you would know.
Seems like a pretty big moment in your life that you would know.
I know I didn't. I never. You know, it's not a milestone. Oh man, I'm so happy.
You had 12 credit cards.
Happy you got that bankruptcy.
You had 12 maxed out credit cards. You know how much they were for. So you add all those up. Those are gone. Whatever tax stuff, those are gone. That condo, that's gone. Add it up in your mind. That's what it is. Why are you pretending like you don't know what debts were gone?
I'm not saying it's a good milestone.
No, it's a horrible milestone. So I want to move past and forget and get, you know, put in the past. But I don't know. Maybe that's what that number is. But again, I don't know. I can't go line item by line item. I don't know. It's from years and years ago.
You can go line item by line item. You have the fight. They give you the line item by line item so that you can see that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And guys, you still there?
Yep.
Okay,
You're
you
good.
froze again.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Freezing.
You're good.
Okay.
Well, they call me Mr. Freeze, so.
Okay. But yeah, like I can't.
No way.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Cool.
Yep.
I don't know. I would assume, just my assuming, that data includes anything that's considered associated with the business or not. I don't know.
Or not? I don't know.
So once they come to audit you, what do you have? You don't know what you put in as a business expense. So when they rock it up and just go, why did you put WWE, the WWE Network as a business expense? I used that on my business. Where? When was the last time? Here's you last week saying that you haven't watched WWE in years. Now, why do you have that as a business expense?
Without going through it, because I'm not going to go through all of it anyway. That would be exposure to talk about all that.
Okay, but you can go through your bills.
Okay.
Story time! Wee woo! Here it comes!
Dude, I don't want to hear this. That sigh was the worst.
A couple things that no one knows. I guess I have to. I don't want.
He wants to act like he's being so open and honest about this. Just, dang, I really didn't want to have to, but I have to do this.
I want to do this. I really don't want to do this, but.
This,
I don't want to hear
this is horrible.
This is horrible.
You know, again,
Phil, you do what you're comfortable with. Man.
Yes.
That's the big.
Flat out. You've already said you don't care about proving or disproving people because you can move on to the next thing. So now why all of a sudden you're just like, well, I have to say this thing. Oh, I'm dealing with lawyers and health stuff. Why do you have to say that? Because it's just this nebulous stuff that's just out there that you have no proof about, no evidence, and you're just going to say, well, this is just going on.
I really don't want to. Let me go put the paper away. I'm going to tell you. Okay.
This is the worst.
The handshake.
You don't want to. Let me go put the paper away. I'm going to tell you. Okay.
Handshake is brilliant. He goes, I don't want to have to talk about this, but he's forcing himself to talk about it, and I'm just like, what? Why is he? We don't have to talk about this, so don't.
But I didn't want to have to, but I gotta.
Okay.
All right. I don't want to talk.
Dude, I'm so tired of
this weenie voice.
I don't want to talk about this. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I guess I just gotta do this.
Shit, I have to.
Oh my! Just say what you're gonna say. There is an airplane above us.
No, you don't. You said like 30 minutes ago you don't give a shit, and it doesn't make a difference. So pick a point. Pick
Yes!
a place to stand.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Either you don't give a shit, you're gonna move on and let the haters hate you no matter what because there's nothing you could do, or try to appease them. It's not. You can't be somewhere in the middle where you're like, I might appease you. I might actually do this. I'll think about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
I don't care
one
about
or the
that.
other.
I care about you guys.
Then don't lie to them all the time. Then show that evidence. Trust them enough to show that evidence. If you want to prove that, prove it. You're not proving anything by saying you got health problems. That means nothing.
What does it prove?
But you're viewers. I care about these neutral parties out there
heard so much nasty stuff about me. At least have a place to listen to hear my side. You know, that's what this is.
Your side is, I'm not gonna prove this to you. Because it's just false, because the escort thing was false.
I appreciate you guys so much for giving me this time. I really do. I'm sorry getting emotional.
And then right into the manipulation of you guys are so cool.
I can't believe how awesome you guys have been during this situation.
You know, but, you know, all right, I'm just gonna fuck this. I'm gonna do it.
Oh my god, dude.
Don't do it if you don't want to.
He's pissing me off.
All right, I'm gonna tell you a few things that no one knows without specifics. Okay, so it doesn't really put anyone under the bus or anything. I've been involved in a few different, legal things over the years. I've been involved with medical issues, my own health and my wife's. All right, and it's not stuff I should talk about with my.
Legal things. I don't know what that is. He didn't explain what that is. That could be anything. That could be anything from a parking ticket to inhuman trafficking. We don't know what that is. Health stuff again. My toe stuff to I gotta get my liver removed. We don't know what that is.
And at least with the lawyer thing, you could go, a lot of the lawyer fees have been rolled into the business expense because I have ongoing talks with lawyers about what I can do about the trolling I get, people stealing my information like the bank leaks. What is an avenue to resolve this?
Yeah, he's so defeated because he's just like, they're not believing me. So now I gotta play to their emotions of just like, these people there's so many things behind the scenes that they don't know about, like my health thing, like lawyer things. That's not anything that you're saying, but he thinks that it is because all he has is that evidence, just a stream chat of just going, things are happening behind the scenes, and people will just go, yeah, things are happening behind the scenes.
I don't want my audience to come to my stream and be like, I want to give you a tip because I found out that you have maybe a medical issue.
But do you want them to give you a tip so you can go out on your day out and feed yourself?
Yes, that's fine. I don't have money to buy groceries, you guys. But I don't have money to treat my throbbing foot. It's inflamed, y'all.
That's no one's business.
Your bills aren't anybody's business, but you keep saying groceries. I got these bills coming up. You make it people's business. You don't get to decide what is and isn't people's business. Either it all is or none of it is.
I've said to let me explain. I said to my audience, if you're going to come to a DSP Gaming or DSP React stream, please come support me because you like me and my content.
He's choking up. He's got the cry voice. He's disgusting, y'all.
Okay? Don't come support me because you want to stick it to the haters. I don't want that pity party. Keep that, let them celebrate whatever. Come and just support me for my content. If I tell you stuff that's going on that are expenses, medical expenses, legal expenses, and it's again.
He's the worst. This is pure manipulation on a level that is heretofore unheard of.
I'm not going to tell you, I have some medical conditions. Okay?
Then
just shut up.
Like, this is your forum, Phil, right? If there's some sort of like medical condition that is causing you to live, paycheck to paycheck or stream to stream, and you pride yourself on transparency. I can't think of anything more transparent than just telling your audience you have, something going on. And like, you know what? People are people and they'll understand that.
What's your answer, Phil?
God willing, I came out and I had cancer or something bad happened.
It's not that. It's definitely not that. Okay, I don't want to make anyone think that I'm trying to. Again, this is not a pity party here.
Right.
It's not that. It's that I have a few chronic lingering things that come back over the years, and then yes.
You've missed 2 questions, Turt.
Of course, you have to pay to a certain amount. But in a nutshell, I've been involved with a few legal things, and I've been involved with some medical things. Okay, and essentially what's happened over the years is I can't really pay them because of the financial situations that I've been in. Okay. And
did you pay any of those things as business expenses?
Which was the initial question?
Yeah, what was the initial question? Hold on. What are your monthly expenses?
And he's talking about this pity party stuff, and Craig is just like, well, that's all well and good, but what does this have to do with your monthly expenses? You put away the paper.
I believe.
Oh yeah, you missed, Turt, you missed. Let me put away the paper.
Isn't it true that certain, like your health insurance insurance premiums and stuff is covered or is a tax deductible. I don't know. Again, I get asked.
Why did you? Adam is shaking his head. That's not true.
Why did you ask the question if you don't know?
So this isn't a business expense of a thing you know.
Yep, you missed it. Rip. Let me put the paper away. Gone forever.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah, it is legit. He tries to he has two modes. He has either you trolls, we got you, or but don't kick me offline because then you guys will have nobody to make fun of.
He said,
Your tax guy was asking you this?
He said, I just got an email the other day that said, we need your breakdown of what you paid for premiums, if you had any medical expenses, if you had any of this.
That doesn't ask.
That doesn't sound right, dude.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever filed a tax when it went. What's your monthly premium?
I personally don't know, but hey, if it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. But Phil should know this for sure.
BG, this is your everyday manipulation. This is advanced manipulation.
Advanced manipulation. I have some medical. You know, I can cry on command. I'll be buzzing them tears out.
No. Again, no. Listen, please. Here's the problem. I don't want people going over my tax guy. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. He's
I mean, but he clearly doesn't because you've been in tax issues.
Like it.
No. My tax issues are not, or from before this shit. They really are. I used to have tax issues with the old account. You might be getting.
But did that guy not know what he was doing? He only didn't know what he was doing until it was the moment that you found out that he didn't know what he was doing. Up until that moment, he knew what he was doing.
Fucked everything up. This person I have now has fixed everything. Okay. I'm not throwing anyone under the bus. This guy is great.
You just threw the dude that fixed everything up.
You'll understand this, okay? But basically, okay, I have a few ongoing things. When you don't have credit anymore, okay, but you still owe. Some things can get erased, some things can't, all right, by a bankruptcy or whatever. And I'm in a situation where I have ongoing costs that I'm on payment plans, okay? Not, a credit card. I can't get a credit card. I have no credit. My credit sucks because I have bankruptcy. No, I have
You still could, technically.
Legal costs of several $1,000s. Okay, Phil, you don't have to pay that today. You can pay it slowly over time. Here's your payment plan, right? With the IRS, I owe them back taxes. Phil, we understand. As long as you're in repayment status, you're paying this amount every month. This is, you know what I mean? So that's where my money goes. I'm embroiled in all these ongoing things behind the scenes that absolutely no one needs to know about. Medical stuff, legal stuff.
So why did you pull up the paper? Was that on the paper or not? Because then if you just go, and here's everything except for a couple things, it's like, well, why aren't you talking about those things? Or if they just go, yeah, we're adding this up in our mind and even taking away the maximum amount that you can spend, that doesn't add up to 5,000. And you just go, well, there's other things that people don't need to know about. So you're talking about things, but then you're omitting things. So either you talk about everything or you talk about nothing. There's no point in omitting stuff because no matter what happens, it's just like, okay, so he omitted this, but he told us about it. But what is he omitting but not telling us about?
Phil believes that if you go through bankruptcy, your credit is essentially zero. Not that you have very bad credit, rebuilding credit, that your credit is zero. And if your credit's zero, you can't get a card. That's what he believes.
My wife and me are feeling so much stress with this going on.
Then disprove it! That's something that you can disprove, and then you will no longer have that stress. And then they will have to build up another thing that's been going on for years and years and years. You can disprove this one, and then in 5 years you'll have to deal with another one that's going on. Or you nip that in the bud right now.
A Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which I think is what Phil got, takes approximately 4 to 6 months after the initial filing to be completed and your debts discharged. After that, you can apply for a credit card.
Pity party.
I get it. We understand, which is why we talked about therapy. We've talked about all these. We understand, right? We talked about all these things, but you still haven't answered the question. I'm going to ask you this really directly. on a month-to-month basis, how much money are you spending on WWE mobile games and or any other mobile games on a month-to-month basis? Are you spending on iTunes or any sort of mobile device?
Okay.
Just a straight dollar amount. And whatever it is, it's okay.
Okay, this month, I have spent probably $10 to $15.
That's a big X to doubt. As a man who has admitted he was addicted to mobile games, I do not believe you can just completely go from spending hundreds and thousands of dollars on mobile games to, I spent 10 or 15 bucks.
But he also is a self-proclaimed alcoholic, and he can just chug them back with no issues. So it doesn't matter what he claims he was or is, because he's just going to do it, and he's just like, I got control over it now. He forgot 2 zeros. And never forget, he said that when Cat moves in, I'm not going to play mobile games anymore.
That's an honest answer. And by the way, it wasn't on WWE Champions.
You see that smugness of just like it wasn't the thing they were thinking of. Get that bullshit out of here.
It wasn't on WWE Champions.
Okay, what was it on? Just curious.
Well, here we go, because if I tell you, you're still...
No, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. If
They
you
already
say
said it's a new game.
No, see what you see what happened there? It wasn't the thing that you're thinking about. Putting into your mind is not the thing that you're thinking about. But what is it? Hey Phil, what is the thing? They're just gonna make it. They're just gonna blow it out of proportion. All right, no. Wait. It's like, man, I didn't even want this girl anyway. It's like, all right, bye. It's like, no, wait. You wanted to talk about this thing, so why didn't you just talk about it?
Okay, then you Street Fighter. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Is it good?
It's all right. It's one of those, you have to build a team of fighters, they fight against each other. It's not, you don't even have to play.
It's like tap RPG crap.
Similar, yes.
Okay.
And that was just for experimental purposes. I'm not playing it a lot.
Experimental purposes.
Why wouldn't you stream that?
Hey, very good question.
Because if it's an account you're not going to be playing a lot or spending a lot on, why wouldn't you stream it?
Just have fun with the fans.
And have some fun with the fans. Be like, hey, we're gonna check out this mobile game. We're gonna. I usually spend $20 on an indie game. That's the limit of spending I'm gonna do. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can pull. Okay, that was pretty cool. If you guys want to see more of this, let me know. If not, it was a one and done stream.
I'll spend $1 and get a bunch of stuff, so I spend a couple dollars here or there. And of course, I will get destroyed for saying that I spent $15, I will. I'm gonna get destroyed.
So I like how initially it was $10 to $15 and now it's solidly $15. He's too regarded to figure out how to stream his phone without hell. Yeah. He doesn't even need to stream his phone. There's BlueStacks. There's another emulator.
Nope.
There's even the official
He's scared of emulators.
But there's even the official Google Play one now.
Hand holding.
They can walk him through it.
But that's what Turk said. You're just going, I agree, Turk, but you're doing it argumentatively.
But, yes, I am. Because he bought the DS thing he needed to stream that.
Because he knew money was coming in for that.
Let me kind of move this along. We're going for a long time, and thank you again, Phil, for your time. Appreciate it. We're approaching 4 hours. I got a few things that I want to make sure we hit on before we go. Before we.
Keem. Oh no,
that's a good cut.
Yeah. Okay.
Number one, Keem is here.
That's the
cut.
That's the cut, y'all.
So
350-44.
Okay, we can get it next time.
Yeah, we're out of here on the next stream.
So check your Discord. I want you to play that.
Okay.
And we have Snort Burnell did the food thing.
Okay.
So we can watch that as well.
Snort Burnell or Snort Hogan?
Burnell.
Okay.
I sent that as well.
Okay.
We'll do those two things.
Trolls defeat.
Now remember, he said, "Hey, don't come to support me to stick it to the trolls." That was his exact words. He don't want that. Hey, Snort Hogan, what up? Big ups. Show your phone down from the Raptors.
They were cooking them. That's not cool.
So this was a short that he put out.
What's up, everyone? I've got some really positive news.
See his eyes. The eyes are crazy.
Shorts, what are you doing?
Let me see if I can reload and get it back to the beginning. Because the eyes were crazy.
You can just download it if you need to, but whatever.
Really positive news
The eyes are still open.
After weeks of ongoing nonsense, all of the false copyright strikes against DSP Gaming have been removed. It took a while, but we got it done. This is a huge win for those of us who stand up for the law and will not put up with trolls trying to take down people with false copyright strikes. I am going to have the full story about what happened, including the videos in question and how
they got removed
claimed and how they got cleared up on tomorrow's episode.
Why is his mouth slanted? It's like the right goes up and then it goes down at a slope.
Episode of the Level 1 podcast at 10:45 a.m. Pacific time.
He
right
looks
here on
so
DSP
old.
Gaming. You are not going to want to miss it. It's probably
You're not that much older than me, Phil.
It's probably.
The trolls have lost. This is a big win for us, and I can't wait to stick it to them in the AM. So I'll see you then. Peace out, everybody.
It's gonna be one of the most watched episodes. I can't wait to stick it to them. But don't watch me to stick it to the haters. Cool, Phil.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Devour.
It's going to be absolutely disgusting.
Merry Christmas 2023. I'm in the middle of my holiday marathon for this year. And it's been great so far. We've had a fun podcast.
It was not great.
I heard very bad.
It was horrible.
We got money though, so it was great. 302, what are we doing?
We played Phasmophobia, and we just did a very
I heard the Phasmophobia was one of the worst things he's ever
legitimately
done.
holiday tier maker ranking event. But now it is time to eat, because I am hungry. And for the first time in ages,
when he goes to get that absolutely horrific fade job, why doesn't he have them do something with his facial hair?
Something.
Because it is not symmetrical.
Yeah.
And he's got this little bit down here that just looks awful. Just get rid of it, Phil.
I've and I decided we were going to order some Mexican food. What else do you think about when it's Christmas? Mexican food, of course. And so...
Fast food, right? Hopefully I don't have a heart attack.
Wasn't he saying they were going to cook?
Nah, that was another one.
A side of black beans, which I'm going to eat. I can't wait. I love Mexican black beans. And we got a side of Mexican rice, which is the seasoned rice. Okay, with all the ingredients and all the seasonings in it. So that's excellent.
Dude, his mouth is finished. Look at when he's talking. Man, you just mean.
I can't wait. I love Mexican black beans. And we got a side of Mexican rice.
Dude,
it's so weird.
Okay, with all the ingredients and all the seasonings in it. So that's excellent.
Dude, what's going on? I think he had a mini stroke, high key.
Which I don't know. We're gonna try. I mean, roll up my sleeves here.
Why is he rolling up his sleeve like he's about to start digging for oil? Like he gotta fish it out of a big well? Like he gotta hunt for his meal? What the? This is mostly dry food. It's not like he's eating soup or anything. It's not like he has those big old Chinese sleeves or a kimono or something.
Or he's eating like popcorn. He has to dig far into the bag for it or something.
What is he doing?
Phil and Maximilian dude are around the same age, and Phil looks so much older than him.
It's a different side of the coin. That man got a legit family. You see his setup. It is crazy. He's got friends who does videos with him, and this man is all alone with a cat. People were crying when the man's dog died. When Jasper died, people were gonna be laughing. Oh, so you're gonna taxidermy your cat and then just stuff them and have them in the background, aren't you, Phil? Just use them to monetize somehow. Hey, Jasper Kitty.
See if I can actually eat it on stream or not.
That's what he gives Cat. That's how he got her. That's how he got her. He's like, hey, baby. He just went in the DMs and did this. And she was like, dang, I need some of that.
I'm gonna try. Let me roll up my sleeves here, right? See if I can actually eat it on stream or not.
Can you slow that down? Oh, absolutely. God, that's not a good freeze frame.
Yeah, on stream or not.
He's the worst.
He's the absolute worst, y'all.
I got.
Yeah, people are gonna be mad because of the blood work stuff. Cause it legitimately neglect. It's like, no, you're not gonna do blood work on my cat. It's crazy.
Has your cat ever had blood work? No. Yeah, they were trying to hawk you some blood work.
Upsell blood work.
Well, your cat should probably get some blood work.
Fajita quesadillas. So what is quesadillas?
You can't see it, Phil.
Yes, you can.
Fajita quesadillas.
Why did he say it like that?
What am I looking at right here?
So what it is quesadillas with the ingredients inside of it as if it's like.
But I get a $300 stick though. Yeah, I need it. You stupid piece of work.
Peppers, onions, cheese, and various other ingredients. But I'm curious.
Why did it look like it took him force to open that? Look at his face.
And various other ingredients. But I'm curious.
It takes the force of 20 push-ups in one go to open that up.
As I try to open it, how easy this is going to eat or be to eat. Oh my god! Oh, it smells so good.
Look at this Buzz face! Look at him! What are you doing? You have smelled something. You have smelled a mixture of a tortilla shell, chicken, cheese, and maybe some peppers. You don't make this face. Humans don't make this face for food that's been sitting in a car for 10 minutes. Come on!
Yo, it smells so good. You guys have no concept.
Go back! Look at this buzzed!
How easy this is going to eat or be to eat. Oh my god! Oh, it smells so good. What? Open it. How easy this is going to eat or be to eat. Oh my god! Oh, it smells so good. Wow. Yo, it smells so good. You guys have no concept of how good this smells. That is amazing. I smell like a seasoning and a char on the chicken.
I smell a seasoning and a char on the chicken. Who smells something like barbecue and just like, wow, that char smells amazing? What do you have? What are you talking about?
It's been tough. My life has been tough.
But then he's busting over food. It can't be too tough.
That they put in here, tomato.
A fighting game with Phil would be so fun, and all the detractors and of the Phil lore and everything. And then you got this muff doing this.
Dude, the Law Cow Fighter, a Law Cow fighting game would be hype as.
Wow. Yo, it smells so good. You guys have no concept of how good this smells. That is amazing. I smell like a seasoning and a char on the chicken.
I smell a seasoning.
I smell seasonings on the chicken. Okay, Phil.
I smell like a seasoning and a char on the chicken. I can smell like a salsa.
Oh yeah, I'd make Phil.
Here, tomato, onion. I can smell it all. Yo, it's so
What does tomato smell like, Phil?
He can smell it.
Wow. And they gave me guacamole, and they also gave me sour cream to dip it in.
I'm salivating at the goddamn mouth.
I also brought some street taco sauce that I had in my fridge. It's a little bit spicy because they didn't give us any real salsa with it. But I was like, it's fine.
You said that you could smell the salsa within the quesadilla thing.
And whatever I've got, and I was like, well, yeah, I have taco sauce too. I could use that. Okay.
Why do you just have that taco sauce? Have y'all made tacos or nachos? Why wouldn't you just make tacos or nachos right now?
That's a very good idea.
Oh, I want to fuck her brains out.
Can you see that? Let me see if I can get good lighting here. Look at what's in there. You got chicken. You got
Look at this angle. What is he doing?
So,
who does anything like this?
why wouldn't he look at it and then hold it up to the camera? You got chicken, you got cheese, look back at it, you got, instead of...
I see some veggies. If you look at this side, you can see it better.
You've already said that you can smell it. Now you're just going, I can see it. Mother.
Potato, onion, multiple kinds of cheese in there. It looks really good. I'm gonna take a bite.
Devour.
I hate his Detective Phil eating face.
Devour.
Right there.
Yeah, yep, let me go back. I just need a little bit of the eyes open.
I hate this. What are you doing?
See? Tomato!
This isn't something that you've never had before. You're trying to parse out the flavors. It is a common mixture of meat and vegetables. And you're just like, yep, there's the onion. Oh, there's the tomato. There's the multiple cheeses.
Look at him, he looks like he's in agony.
Close your mouth when you eat, you savage.
Dude, that was 2 legit smacks with just mouth open.
That is nasty. You disgusting pig. You trying to keep your mouth closed during a meal?
This is a cool snort.
Wow, that's delicious. Because it's not bland. You would think, oh,
Dude. This is a baby. It's good because it's not bland.
You didn't know what?
Unbelievable.
It's delicious because it's not bland.
No.
Oh man, I hate him so much.
wow, that's delicious. Because it's not bland. You would think, oh, is it bland? No.
You would think, oh, is it bland? Why would you think that?
If you can smell how delicious it is, if you can smell all the onions and the tomatoes and stuff.
You smell the seasonings and just go, seasoning, and you just go, look, it's not bland. And you would think it is bland because it's a restaurant quality meal that we've ordered, but it's not. Thank you, Phil.
The chicken so well. You get so many flavors just by biting into it.
Where else would you get the flavors from, Phil?
Osmosis.
When you rub it against your skin, you can feel the flavors.
Got delicious pepper.
Dude, I hate him so much, y'all.
He shouldn't be allowed to eat.
He shouldn't have to hide all his food in shame when he eats. Just a tarp over his mouth anytime he eats.
You would think that the food that has a smell and seasoning would be bland. He's a specimen.
Bro watched Ramsay for an hour and think he's an expert.
Yeah, there's seasoning. Oh, there's a delicious pepper.
Oh, that's disgusting. Stop smacking your lips. You gross old fart. You know how to keep your mouth closed during a meal?
Oh no!
That is seriously delicious. The cheese is great. A good fresh pepper flavor. The seasoning.
A good fresh pepper flavor. What do you mean by that sentence, Phil? What does a fresh pepper taste like versus a refrigerated pepper?
Pig, go. The word fresh. How many?
1,200.
9,690.
What?
Cheese is great. A good fresh pepper. Because of that, it feels like a fresh.
He stinks.
Chicken?
Eat it all together. You know it's fresh.
Cheese is great. A good fresh pepper flavor.
Shut up.
Seasoned charred chicken. I love these, and I got these at the restaurant. And I was thinking, oh, if I'm gonna order, this is easier to eat. I can eat it with my hands on stream. So that's why I ordered the fajita quesadilla.
Devour.
Mmm.
Stop.
Why'd you put up your finger?
Oh! My disgusting pig-like mouth. Disgusting pig of a human.
Now, I want some dipping. So I'm going to open up.
That's how humans talk.
Dude, I hate this man with
feeling some sort of alien. He has to be. Yes, I would require some dipping now. It is now time for the dipping.
It is of my personal opinion that Phil is a closeted homosexual man.
I think bi at best.
My guacamole and my sour cream, and I'm going to have some of that.
The reason I say no to that is because it's clear that he does feel some sort of sexual pleasure if he's jerking off. So he can't be asexual. But Panda Lee has said that he was not giving it up as much as she would like.
Yeah, because she's a lot younger.
Okay.
So that's 2-3 times a night. And he's just like, I got my one bricked up jerk off, and you can catch me on a Tuesday. How about that? If he dabs, that is the end of us and Phil. Understood? We've all entered into this contract. We've all entered into this contract together.
Okay. Nice wipe and smear.
I'm on my dippins. Come on, man. Let's try the guac. The guac, which is mostly avocado, but many other ingredients shoved in there.
Yes, we know what guacamole is.
Let me fucking
unleash the beast.
That's it, I'm going beast mode. Ah! You feed me more.
Feed me, Seymour. Feed me.
Relax. Some people just can't control themselves. Phil has gouty, fat butt. Devour.
That's good guacamole.
That is absolutely disgusting.
He
That's
sucks.
terrible. That's such a terrible thing.
What? That little curl in the back is horrible.
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah. That little wave.
A little salty, savory. It's got the avocado, but it's got good seasoning in it too. It's not bland. A lot of guacamole is bland.
A lot of guacamole is bland? What do you mean? From where? And of course it has seasoning. That's all you know what it means to have a flavor. Char and seasoning.
And that's not bland at all. Yes, chicken is grilled. It has, it has char flavor on it.
Yo, yeah. It has char flavor on it. So of course it's grilled.
Or grill it at the restaurant, which is really good. Now I'm gonna have some sour cream, which is exceptionally healthy. Right.
You ordered it. You're doing the thing.
Wow.
Oh. You can see all the way into his esophagus.
Wow.
Oh.
Why would he do this?
What are you doing?
Wow.
What the fuck? That was disgusting.
What does somebody get from this by watching it?
Oh my god. It's disgusting in my opinion. It's immoral. You know how to keep your mouth closed during a meal?
Here we go.
Devour.
All that's beans. And he's doing all that.
Devour.
Whoa.
After doing the pain.
Yo, those are so good.
You're a disgusting pig.
Let's see how long it took between the first chew, between that and the
Devour.
the second chew, and he's making noises. And he's coming on the second chew. The burst of flavor was so intense on the second chew.
Guy with two names is what we do.
Yo, those are so good.
You're a disgusting pig.
It's tasty. So these are well-seasoned black beans.
If he doesn't, he just keeps saying seasoned. How is it seasoned? What do you
well seasoned?
Garlic?
It's not bland.
Do you taste cumin?
Not bland.
They've got all these different flavors.
Like what?
It's got a little bit of spice. It's got definitely salt, but it's got a few seasonings. It's not bland.
It's got a little bit of spice, salt, and a few seasonings.
It's not bland.
And it's not bland.
You've not described the bean taste. You've described the things around the bean.
Most Mexican places don't season. This place seasons like crazy.
Devour.
Oh, it's...
Crazy.
Devour.
Oh. This is disgusting.
He's just a gross, disgusting man, y'all.
He commentates over food the same way he does for games. Just this is this thing. It's not bland.
Oh my god. It's terrible. It is absolutely gross looking.
I hate all the AI face swap things.
Devour.
This is how a child would eat.
It really is. They would take a bite and start dancing.
Who is he trying to impress? It's like he's trying to get a sponsorship from the place. It don't need all this.
Oh my god, that was disgusting.
Mexican rice, well seasoned.
Dude, what are you supposed to say?
It's got various different spices.
If he says it's not bland, we're out of here.
Obviously salt. It tastes so good.
Devour.
What was that?
What was that?
Obviously salt. It tastes so good.
Devour. That's disgusting. Oh my god. Ah. Devour.
Wow.
What did that?
Maybe I won't finish the last piece then. It's so good, but you're right. I shouldn't overstuff myself.
Oh.
Bro, he
You know how to
sucked.
keep your mouth closed during a meal? So, man, that was great. So what was that? That was fajita quesadillas.
Yeah, we know.
Very
We saw
high
it.
in acid. It's true acid level.
Yes, it.
So if you actually eat a lot, you're actually going to raise the natural acid level of your body and make yourself susceptible to diseases that have to do with acid, including one that I know all too well, gout. I learned the hard way, okay? We just had a troll in the chat. Celebrate Gout 100. So, har har har, Phil had gout earlier this year. They think it's like funny to bring that up. Look, another one, fall gout. How is this funny?
Fall gout. Fall gout is one of my favorite things. I'm like, look at this one, fall gout. How is this funny? Another one I love is activate clown mode. And he just like rolls his eyes.
Oh my god, here's another one.
How's that Seattle weird?
Another idiot.
How's it go?
It's hereditary in my family because my aunt had it her whole life and didn't fucking tell anybody. Thanks, aunt. Feels a gouty fat butt. Feels a gouty fat butt. It was quesadillas with ingredients you would have in like fajitas, like grilled chicken with seasoning and char on it.
He just said seasoning and
char.
You would have in chicken fajitas, like the grilled chicken with seasoning and char on it. Peppers, like green peppers, onions, like sauteed onions.
He said, hey, it had peppers, green peppers, it had onions, sauteed onions. He's just saying the type of pepper and the style in which the onion was cooked.
Stretching it out. This is grade school in reporting of just onions. The onions in particular were green onions.
And they sauteed them, caramelizing them with, I would assume, a brown sugar.
And a pico de gallo, which is, tomato and a tasty onion with other ingredients in there with a little bit of kick. And then a couple of kinds of melted cheese. It was super good. It had guacamole and sour cream on the side. And then I had the Mexican rice and the black beans. That was amazing.
Why are you just showing the container?
I hope you enjoyed another DSP Tries It.
I'll see you next time. Yeah, that was
Yeah, we don't need to see that. Do we want to do another one?
I think we're good.
Okay.
It's been long enough.
Let's hear a little bit of the unboxing. Just a little bit. We'll go to like the middle of it. Bro, 104K
for
views.
good reasons.
So now, here we are years later. They said, oh, we're going to continue it again. Oh my god, are you fucking serious? Final Fantasy 13 Lightning Returns. So third and supposedly final part of this.
This is 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes in, and he's just now saying the title.
This is where I want to go.
Ringing, and it's actually funny because I'm going to show you.
Here comes Gavin. He heard the alarm. BG wanted to do this.
We're just doing a part of it.
BG wanted to do this.
To plug up my door.
I just want the plug of the door.
Towels to see if I can make the noise lower. And the truth of the matter is, it has. What you're hearing right now is actually a muffled sound. The alarm is so fucking loud, right? That it would be
These flimsy paper towels are blocking out the sound of the blaring alarm.
It's loud if I hadn't done what I did. So, as you can hear, it's quite fucking annoying.
So he took steps to mitigate it.
Look at this.
We might have to do one of the condo tours because there's like 3 of them.
Oh yeah,
they're all bad. Once we get this monkey off our back, we can get into other field stuff.
Yeah, this is
a mess.
He has so much.
And I have to work. Let's face it, I'm going on break tomorrow. As of tomorrow, which was Wednesday.
Okay, we're done. Yep. You say that's all you wanted.
Yep. All right. We are getting out of here. Catch us next time for whatever we're doing. Show off.
Which will be next time. Stop Well, keep coming back to the field stuff. That's where I'm gonna go. 52. My goodness, 53.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a record.
Earth
high.
is done.
Y'all, I don't know. The winters are getting pushed back further. The summers are getting pushed back further, and fall and spring are just kind of
gout.
Fall gout. How is this funny? There, look, here's another one. Fall gout. How is this funny? Oh yeah, no. The alarm is always there. All right, yep. Merry Christmas, Merry Bummas, all that stuff. What's up?
We're out of here. We're just done.
We are out of here.
Boy, oh boy.
There is no Mark Month.
Finish Mark Month. We did. Y'all got what you got.
You don't want Mark Month.